them gets them for free.
Yeah, that's how that works.
But here's my thing. See that's how they're twisting it. He's having tampon products in all the bathrooms.
But
It's not
They-
transgender.
wait,
It's
listen,
for
I
all
know,
the-
But they don't belong in the boys' bathroom.
but why does it? So here's the thing. Why is it because there's transgender men who still need the products? Now we want to give them out for free. Why is that not just free? Because it's my body's function.
Yeah.
I can't do
You're actually-
anything about it.
and that's the point. Is like when it's like the Republican side talk about being woke. Y'all right. Y'all absolutely right. It shouldn't have been like that. So we need to wake up. And the fact that y'all using wokeness as a weapon to go against people, there's a lot of things we need to wake up about.
We do.
Y'all
need to-
right. Like we should look at females and things like, yeah, that should have happened a long time ago. So wake up.
I mean, I agree with that.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
it-
So why is woke such a bad term?
No, because the woke movement is more like everything offends you, voice it. Everybody should be considerate of your feelings. Like feelings are valid, but it's not reality.
True. And
So-
feelings are not facts. I believe
Yeah.
that.
So,
Yeah.
but that's the problem
Yes.
with wokeness is that they advocate for feelings over
and,
reality.
and it's generally like 1 to 2% of the population that
Yeah.
we're like changing things. We're like taking statues down. We're doing all this shit for like 1% of the population.
But we should. But again, even with the, like you mentioned, the statues. Why are we celebrating people who didn't even want America the way it is now? Why are we doing that? That's not right.
I mean, listen, I use statues as an example. Yes,
Yeah.
there are some things in our history that we could probably take a better look at
Mhm.
and change things or educate in our school system things that
But
actually
they're-
happen.
no. And they're trying not to. Like Columbus didn't discover America. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's call it what the Pilgrims did. It wasn't. They weren't nice. That was a massacre.
I just want to
Let-
point out that the majority of this community is the reason why America killed all the Native Americans. The Portuguese. They
Yeah.
did that.
Let's call it for what it is.
Well, I mean,
but you know something? That's wokeness. That's the wokeness that they don't want you to. They don't want you to tell the
I
truth
think
about
wokeness
America.
started out with that intent, but it became
It got too much.
it
Y'all
became
right.
everybody's feelings and oh my god, and we should all be offended all the time. And it's like, no. First of all, you're gonna be offended throughout life. I think it's pretty stupid that people are allowed to go out into the world and be like, that offends me.
True.
Right.
And that everybody now has to walk on. I'm sorry, keep that shit to yourself. Because
No,
every day I wake up, I'm offended by something,
You're right.
and I just keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Like every day I'm offended by something. Somebody says something or what, and guess what? I have to eat it and go, well, that's life.
But this is the
So-
problem.
it's part of life.
Yeah.
But this is like a major problem in the United States because we are the most diverse country. So we're not. Everything's not going to be 100%. You might be offended by a certain thing. It's like we need to learn how to live together in our diverse community, which is our superpower.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And so we gotta also respect each other's culture. My thing with this, because I think you appreciate this, is that when people come in this country, we cater to their culture too much. They need to come in our country and cater to our culture. Y'all benefit from our freaking our benefits.
Yep.
So why are we catering to your culture? I said this to my own mother. I says, my grandmother was in this country for 40, 50, 60 years, and she didn't know how to speak English to the day she died. That's not right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's not
That's
right.
yeah. She should be able to say not just your grandmother, but everyone.
But everybody, I'm
They
just
should
using
say-
somebody personal because I
say
don't want
say
to
a
think
little
I'm being
bit,
biased.
be able to communicate
Yeah.
a little bit.
You
Hello,
should be
good morning.
able- yeah, and that's you cater to our culture because our
Right.
culture gave you the benefit to come here and benefit from what we're willing to give. So give us that respect.
Right.
You know?
I thought when you became a U.S. citizen, don't you have to like pass a test? Like, don't you have to
Yeah.
like either?
Yeah, but here's the problem. Wanna know what I just found out? Like literally just found this out. They're giving licenses to individuals
Mhm.
with paperwork that isn't even legit. And how I know
They're giving you
this-
social security numbers.
Well, so the government has always gave out these fake social security numbers. That's how we know how many illegal immigrants, if we're gonna call them that, right? It's how we know how many undocumented immigrants are in this country is because they do get a number. We do make money
Yeah.
off of them.
Mhm.
But they're now allowing, at least in Massachusetts, because I know of an instance where somebody went to the DMV. I can't say how I know or why I know, but they went to the DMV. They produced paperwork. They said, oh, that's not the original birth certificate. So all the person did was go back to a printer, made a copy, brought it back. Somebody else reviewed the paperwork and gave out a state ID.
Yeah.
Wait. And it was a copy. There was no seal on this document. It was the copy of a copy of the actual birth certificate from Mexico.
Yeah. And if you don't know also, and there's a story I don't know if you heard the story. There's a big influx of Haitian people coming in this state. Big influx. It's getting to a point where now with the people that's at these shelters, they're telling you have a certain amount of this is in Massachusetts, a certain amount of time. And or y'all gonna be not gonna have no housing. Goes, we're willing to give you a plane flight or a ticket to go somewhere else because the state is being influxed. Now it's to a point where it's like it's too much. My thing is this: I know a person where literally you got Haitians coming in, and right from the airport, bro, right from the airport, they're going right to where they know where they could get assistance.
Yeah.
Where are they getting that information from? That quickly.
Yeah.
Where do they know
Their
where
family,
to go?
They're talking to them and then they're coming here.
So this is what I'm saying.
Started
Like,
set up before you.
Yeah.
come.
They're very savvy.
And the thing is this:
Very savvy.
Haitians been here.
speaking the mic, man.
The thing is this: Haitians been coming to like the Massachusetts area for like years.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Randolph is a huge community.
We're talking like back in like 20 years ago. So they've been coming.
Stoughton.
You know what I'm saying?
is
That whole area,
Randolph.
Mattapan.
Mattapan.
There's a bunch of them there.
My church, the church I used to go to,
Mhm.
Jubilee.
Yep.
Huge Haitian population there. Wonderful people, nice,
Mhm.
but huge population. And it's kind of like when the Cape Verdean and the Portuguese people, right? When this part of the Massachusetts was
Yeah.
booming with whaling.
Yeah.
What did they do?
Go
They
to
talked to
whaling.
their family.
Yeah.
Their family came over. They had jobs before they even
But
got
the
yeah.
there.
mindset back then was they came here and worked and
Yeah.
contribute to the communities, contribute to everything. Now you're coming here and you're getting benefits.
For free.
And now, and this is what we are America, we need to get is like we need to adjust to the times of the internet age. Because that's what a lot of people are getting the information and they're able to pass the information.
Mhm.
We're not adjusting and updating our system to handle that. So we living in the same mindset that when it was in the 70s.
Mm.
Yo, we're in the
Yeah.
2024. Information, you can get it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're coming so fast because
Mhm.
now the information can be passed on so quickly.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody says close the border, shut it down. No, it's our system. Because if you adjust the system, it will slow down the process of people coming in this country. But you want to skip that and just shut it down.
No.
That's why I don't agree a bit. But I want to get back to like
Wall.
yeah,
Tim Wall.
yeah, we
That's okay. We can go off sometimes, but yeah, let's get back to the vice
So
president.
the vice president, so like what you said, like Kamala Harris, like this is their only shot that she.
I feel it's our only shot.
Yeah, you're right. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I
But
agree
listen
too.
to what President Gerald Ford said in '89 about a question that was asked when we will have. This is '89,
1989.
1989.
1989.
All right, hold on. Right, let me make sure I get it. Please let me pull it up. One second. I should able.
This is 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Or more than that.
Would you give a young lady wanting to become president of the United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become president of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen, because it won't happen in the normal course of events. Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president. And the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die. And the woman will.
Mr. Ford, what advice would you
it basically telling it didn't happen that way. The president would die.
But it's the
But that's the only
scenario.
way she was
Scenario.
going to get
Scenario.
an opportunity to
Yeah.
become president. It's almost like Joe Biden stepped down, and that's
Yeah.
the only shot she was going to have. Because let's call it for what it is. America could be very sexist.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
so hold on. I'm gonna disagree right now. Okay.
Okay, let me
Just because my opinion is, listen, Hillary, they had Hillary on the ticket.
Mhm.
So, and that wasn't any reason for someone dying, president, whatever,
Mhm.
right? The Democrats nominated Hillary. So she didn't run again, whatever. They can, Kamala can run again next time too. I don't think she will, because I think this dude Shapiro is going to be like the star player for them.
Mhm.
I think this is her one shot to make it to the ticket.
But do you honestly think that she would have got a fair shot any other way? Like say
She got a fair shot last election.
but again, it's the same thing with Trump. Trump ran before. People don't realize this. Before he got elected, he ran a couple times before.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, look it up.
I gotta look
And like, and that's what's crazy. Most Trumps, I'm not saying you, but I
No, I didn't know he ran before. So
I-
you
I
can
did.
say me. You can say
I
me.
did.
Yeah, he did.
I
he
had
did, he
I
did.
had a debate with a Trump supporter. He says, "You know, Trump ran before." No, he did. Yo, they looked it up and he realized, oh shit, he did.
Mhm.
That's how much you know about Trump.
Yeah, but
And so with Trump, who has no experience, no political experience whatsoever, could run multiple times, where Kamala Harris, even though she's a female, has all the credentials. She was an attorney, she was a district attorney, she was a senator, she was a vice president. But yet, this is the only shot to become president. Why? Because she's a woman. Because this country is sexist.
yeah, see, I mean, I don't see it like that.
Okay.
She ran last time. She just didn't. They didn't like her policies. She was the first one off the stage. She ran. Hillary ran before that, and she made it to the nominee. So it can't happen for a woman.
But I feel like they knew Hillary wouldn't win. Hillary's not likable. Nobody likes Hillary.
But the crime family. That's the thing.
But nobody
Hey.
like they for some reason
yo,
love
yeah.
her husband, but
Yeah.
do not like that woman. I mean, there's reasons
I
behind it now that
disagree
we
because
know.
she had 2.9 million more votes than Trump.
She did, but look at there again. We all know it's not the people that make the votes that count.
That's
It's
my
our-
point. That's how Trump wins. It's like and that's where again, here's another system we need to fix. Why is South Dakota has 808,000 people in their state have 2 senators. California has 48 million and has 2 senators. Why? So that's again, our political system is messed up too.
I mean, we're not going to argue about that right now. The electoral college,
But that's
but it worked for many years, and I understand why they put it in place, and I get what you're saying. You know, Maine or Vermont, and I get it. You know, smaller communities, but I mean,
but here's the thing. Usually, and like again, Trump
I'm
is
okay
smart.
with
He didn't
California
go
not
for the
having
popular
enough people
vote.
voting.
He tried to
We're a
he knew
horrible
to
state.
get the electoral.
he knew how to
vote.
win. He
Yeah, he knew. He knew. So it's like I'm gonna because to get elected, I need the electoral. I don't need a bunch of million people to. That's
Which
why.
is crazy, right? Because it's not we the people.
That's why Trump
it's the
still.
electoral.
That's why Trump still has a shot, even though there's gonna be more people vote for Kamala because all he needs is the electoral vote. It's the system. It goes if every vote count. Trump is not running the campaign that he's running because he can't. But he can't because it's all about the electoral vote.
listen.
He's smart in that way.
listen. We're going to go back to Wall in a second, but
Okay.
I just want to say this though. That system has worked for years. Some of the problem that I have with the Democratic Party is when something doesn't go their way, like the electoral college, they want to eliminate it. We've had this system in place for forever.
But we never had a point where there's not many times where the person that didn't win electoral vote didn't win the popular vote. That's very, very rare. Trump is changing the game because he's smart. And I don't think it's him. I think the people he had around him, like
No, he
Boehner and
understands popularity.
yeah, but he understands like I'm gonna even with the court system, how he does with the court system. I'm gonna extend. Like he knows what he's doing. He's not stupid. So it's like all I need to win the electoral vote. That's why this race is. It looks on TV that Kamala's getting all this praise. This is still close because
Yeah,
it's all about the
that little
electoral.
slice. Yeah, it's that little
And
slice.
that's where we as a people, I think that's not fair because every vote should count. It should go by the popular vote. Is what most people vote for. If it's Republican or Democrat, I think that's more fair. When they say every vote count, it really doesn't. It doesn't. It's electoral votes.
All right. Back to Tim Wall real
Okay.
quick. Okay.
Mhm.
What pissed me off about him that I didn't realize it was him, but like in 2020 when the George Floyd, okay, when all that like shit went down, right? I didn't know he was a governor or whatever, but I remember this in that time. He told the cops to like stand down. They took over a precinct, and they were like, and he was like, let him go, let him take it over. I mean, come on. This is the guy that's gonna like make us secure.
No, he didn't send in the National Guard in a more timely fashion.
He should have done that quicker, but he also let him take over a police station.
Do you know
that's still closed up?
Do you know that was going around the country? It happened in New Bedford. I know I know a person who her son was a police officer, and there was things going on, not like looting and anything like that. Because of the climate, their chief said, "You don't do nothing." Because we don't want to get to a point where something like this escalates. It was the climate. It was the climate of the time. It was going on in this city. The chief was making those decisions in this city. It was a tough climate. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a tough decision. He's like, all right, what do I do? Like right now, what that police officer did was fucked up, and we're accountable for that. So am I gonna tell my officers to be just as aggressive? Like he's gonna agitate the crowd. So what do? What the crowd is doing is wrong. It's definitely
110%,
it was.
yes.
But y'all sit in the seat is like, what do I do? Do I direct my police officer in the National Guard? This is the reason why they're agitated. Listen, it's like, what do I do? Because I don't want to agitate to more where it gets worse. It's a tough decision to make.
I completely agree with you. Okay, tough decision. I wouldn't want to have to make those calls. I just think, you know what, in our day and age, we can't be lax on crime. We can't be lax on communities getting burnt down.
So what do you think about Trump not sending National Guard and sending those people out at the Capitol? Because he sat there and watched it on TV and did nothing. This is your president. Like, so it's the same thing. If you're gonna criticize Tim Walsh for not,
listen, I'm all about shit like that shouldn't happen. So whoever could have made that call for the January 6th Capitol was Trump.
The person that sent them there, it did nothing. He was watching it on TV.
He didn't send him there to
Yes, he did. He said, "Let's go." I could bring up the speech. Let's go to the
peace. Let's go peacefully. He said peacefully. They don't show you that. They don't show you that on the TV. They don't show you on the TV when he said let's peacefully. They don't show it.
He didn't say
when he says like. So let me ask something. When all these people and we're talking about the Minnesota guy, right?
Yeah.
And Tim Wall.
Yeah.
And he was on camera saying, oh, everyone's peaceful protesting. Okay, they weren't.
Hold on. Go ahead. We'll bring that up.
Hi, Nia.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Like the media always says that they're doing peaceful protests, and they're not doing peaceful protests. So, but if Trump says, yo, go peacefully and have your voice heard.
But
they make it sound like you wanted to.
So here's my thing. You lost the election, right? You lost the election.
Trump
and so as a president, for the sake of the country, you're running a rally to hype up your base to go against what you lost the election for. Why are you doing this? You're feeding into these conspiracy theories, these crazy people. Those are the people that went in there. You're supposed to be a leader of a free country, of a diverse country. No, you're a leader of your base. That's why I think this dude is dangerous.
Yeah, but
you can't even have a peaceful transitional power. But you're saying he's directing them to go to the Capitol peacefully.
Yeah, listen. I don't agree with everything that he does. Okay, we've had this conversation before. I'm an independent.
No, I know you.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't agree with the stuff he does. Yes, the transition of power should have been easy beans. I get it.
Yeah.
They thought there was some shit with the election. Whatever. I'm not part of that. Whatever. I don't think that he said to his people to go crash the Capitol. That's just my opinion. And go protest, go be heard, go wave a American flag, go do whatever you want. I don't think he was like go crash the doors down.
He was what is the he actually directed them, and it was a building where Pence was going to certify the election. That's the building that is going to. And so that, like, you're gonna understand what he's not saying it directly. This dude talks like a mob boss. It's almost like I'm saying something, but you know what I mean. So I can't, and this is what I'm saying. I'm telling you, Derek, this is how street people talk. That's why when you have like bunch of drug dealers, you get the drug dealers, you'll never get the main guy, because the way he talks, you cannot really get him because he don't speak.
That is true.
That's what he speaks the same way, yo.
No,
He's
but that is
street.
true.
It
No,
is,
he's
yo.
street, but you know what though? He's
It
rich.
is.
He knows how to, like how I said about policies.
Yeah.
When you make a policy and you want things to slip through the cracks on purpose, you leave these wide gaps.
Yeah.
You leave interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what he does is and he's done it. If you look at how he runs his businesses, he leaves wide gaps open for interpretation, because then he can say, well, I didn't say they could do that. That doesn't fall on me.
I didn't say exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That falls on them, because that's the managers running the business like that. And that's how, every time he gets sued, that's how he always got away with it. A lot of the time is he can't be directly linked to everything. And that's honestly something you learn from lawyers. I hate to say it, but like I worked in the state for the state.
All
for years,
interpretation.
and the lawyers, like, when we're
Think about how the court says a president, the Supreme Court says you can be immune. I mean, it's not immune, it's immunity for as long as it was from the whatever it goes with the job, but they left it for interpretation,
Right.
And so they can, as the court, interpret what is and what's not. There's
which is, if they like you, you get away with
Yeah,
it.
it's
And if
crazy.
they don't like you, you're not gonna get away with it.
It's like Trump is a G.
I will say this. I dated somebody who actually ran for a mayoral position. Okay.
Yep.
I know that sounds crazy, but yes, I did. And you don't understand the level of crazy politics gets till you're watching it in real life, real time. You see the text messages, you see the emails, and you see the weird things that they're doing behind
telling
scenes.
you.
And I'm talking like, this is Massachusetts level, like municipality level. Never mind when you're talking millions and billions of dollars funding these people. So like, I got to see the very ugly side of like municipality electoral type stuff, and it's not a joke. Like the conspiracy theorists are really right about a lot of things, because they're paying attention, or they've had inside peeks to things. Like,
But know what Trump is? No, Trump is he'll flip the conspiracy theory and just like they're hiding in plain sight. He's a genius of doing that. He's hiding in plain sight.
Yeah,
he's like, they're fucking you, but I'm really fucking you. Like, you can see it. That's how the streets are, yo. It's how you do streets. People think that if you were in the streets and how these drug dealers move, it's the same.
Listen,
it's the same.
Listen, Trump is in so many people's minds. We're over here talking about Kamala's pick, and we talk about Trump for so long. Because right, this dude just
he knows what he's doing. He like
everyone can't get enough of Trump.
No, he's entertaining. Nobody cares about the truth because the lies are more entertaining.
Yeah.
It's true, yo. So I want to come because I like to engage people. Put up something. I mean, like,
all right.
Put up anything so we can comment of people's comments. You got it
right there, boom.
Tough decision, sure, but that's the point of law and order. Yeah, but you got to be strategic when you do that. Like when you're making a law and order decision, it's got to be strategic. You got to be proactive. You got to understand. Yeah, if I do this now, it's good for now, but how is it gonna come out later? Like it's a tough decision.
So I think that I think across the country, there should be a lot of social workers hired by the police stations.
Yes.
Because when stuff like this does happen, like riots and so forth, these police, I'm sorry, they're not great at de-escalation tactics. They're not. Like, a lot of them, they couldn't de-escalate their 2-year-old out of a tantrum. Like, they're just not equipped. And I'm not being a jerk. Like, they're not equipped with it. You're taking average citizens who took a test, right? Scored pretty high, got on the force, did some gun shooting training and like minimal training.
Listen.
Think about it. The people that are in charge of us have done minimal in our country. They do minimal training. And now they're out there and they've never done de-escalation before.
I'm very pro police. Okay.
You might be.
I'm very pro. So I feel like they've done more
No.
more training than just like
No, they
the
haven't.
bottom of the
I
barrel.
promise you.
Let's
Look
get-
at other countries.
Let's
Other
get
countries
deep
blow
in
us
it.
out of the water.
I don't think we're in in Massachusetts. This is where policing began. Okay.
Yep.
I think that if any out of the whole country, you're gonna get the best police officers here, and the reason being number one, because we pay them better than anywhere else in the country.
Hmm.
So,
Oh, I don't know. Chicago be paying them like almost like.
well,
100.
Chicago is like,
California.
Chicago's gonna beg them.
California.
that's
California, they be
Chicago,
paying
Chicago.
them.
But again, if you go somewhere in Florida, they don't pay. So if you don't pay, you're gonna get the bottom
Run of the
list.
mill guys. Yeah.
That cannot do the job. Like, so look at these areas where they have policing problems and look where how they are being compensated and the back and they
Yeah, and the
we
funding.
don't have the problems. Like all this stuff has happened outside the country. We don't have these problems in the state because we have the better policing. People come here. Trust me, one of my best friends is a Mass State Trooper. There's people from all over the place that's coming to the academy to watch. Yo, how do you do it?
But even so though, like I'm going off of experience, okay? I'm gonna be honest. As a woman, as a landlord in this city, I have had instances where I'm calling the police and telling them, hey, I'm a single woman. I need assistance. I have a male on my property who's threatening or like being threatening towards me. And they take
Yeah.
30, 40 minutes to come. They take 30, 40 minutes. And I'm telling you, there is a male who is being aggressive towards me. And you're not taking, and this is how people die because
They don't have
they're
enough.
not-
They don't have enough officers.
no, this was years ago.
Okay.
This was years ago. This isn't recent. This is years ago. So the problem is that they get phone calls about landlords and tenants all the time. So they don't take it serious. They're like, oh, whatever. But here's the thing about crime. You never know until it happens,
Right.
right? Right? It's always
It could be
like-
the one.
it could be this way or it could be that way. But every single time the call is made, it should be taken with like, I'm coming
I don't know.
and I don't know what's going on.
Do you
and I
think
need
it's
to
not
address
be
it.
like what he's saying? Do you think it could be manpower? Because this
No, it wasn't.
think
I
so?
literally had I brought it up the escalation chain. I had talked to the chief of police. I told him I was going to sue.
Mhm.
Said I will sue. I promise you I will sue. They brought it to the guys that they used to have a DV unit. They don't have that anymore. So they had a few of the guys who were on the DV unit take notes, get involved because the police officers were allowing this man to start trespass. They brought him to my property when I had a no trespass order
Mhm.
and he wasn't a tenant.
Mhm.
They
was this
brought
at?
him, huh?
Where was this at?
Right over here, up the road. They brought him to my property while I was living there and said, oh, because we said he could come. I said, well, the judge said, if I don't say he can be here, he cannot be here. So they New Bedford police broke an order because they told me they know the law better than the judge.
And
And here's the thing, they were also landlords. So they also thought they knew better than the judge who put the order in place.
that's where like
Ignorance, and that's that cocky attitude. And this is what I mean about lack of training. As a social worker, I have to do so many credited hours a year, okay, in order to keep my license. And if I don't do them, I can be audited or whatever, right? I'm not saying they don't get continuous training, but what trainings are they getting?
it's probably more weapon training.
Yes,
than
and and honestly, if you are working with the public, you need the best de-escalation tactics you can find because you are the law and order of the land.
So I don't disagree with you because I do feel that we should have those people side by side with cops in some situations. But now you're talking that they're going to have to be trained because
But we do that as social workers. That's what we go to school for. I learned these
Not-
tactics in college.
physical training.
No, we know social workers. We do not go hands-on.
But that's what I'm saying. But
That's the
if
thing.
you're going in situations
Yep.
where there could be like violence, say, right?
But that's why you have the cops with them.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you're asking cops to be trained like a social worker and also be trained. It's
No,
hard
if
to have
you have the
both
social
balance.
workers there, if you have the
So
social
listen,
workers
listen.
there, you don't need to do as much.
Yeah, I get
training.
it.
But a social worker is in my opinion, already underpaid. Now you're asking them to go into a situation where
Okay,
that could be scary.
No. All right. So I was a state social worker. I'm telling you right now, I have had cops tell me that they wouldn't do my job Okay. I can't tell you the more dangerous situation is walking into a house with a man that you know has a rape charge
Yeah.
and loves to rape women who are about your height and size and age, and you're in that house alone. I don't get a cop. I don't get a gun. I don't get a taser. I'm literally in there with a pen and a pad and a heavy ass book bag because guess what? I need to bring my
But you gotta,
laptop
like,
with me. And you know what they tell us? If someone tries to attack you, run out of the place.
Yeah.
Social working and cops they're both difficult jobs on each spectrum. You know what I'm saying? And
But the point is, though, imagine you're a social worker and you know you have the cops with you. You're not as scared. You're not scared as you would.
We need
going
more
it
cops.
alone.
We need more
I
cops.
don't think you realize how much goes on just in this small city alone.
What do you mean? I worked in these cities.
Yeah, but there's a lot going on, and there's not a lot of cops to go to every call.
Yeah, there's not enough. There's not enough cops.
So maybe that's the
not.
problem now or whatever. But I'm just talking as I've grown up and have seen it, and
Yeah.
and I've been in this profession, and I've dealt with everything from older people to children to everything in between, grandmas and grandpas. Okay, I am telling you, the lack of training and compassion, and I'm not saying that they're jerks on purpose, but when I go to remove a child and they're like, oh, outside the house, and they're like, these fucking crackheads, and it's like, you're just escalating the situation. I'm taking these people's children.
But you know something, like you're right, you're totally right. But when you get to a point where
No, then
like,
it's not the job for you. If you
it-
can't remain
but I
professional and
understand that,
unbiased,
but it's not about being a bias. It's to a point where, as a cop, y'all seeing all these messed up things. And
what do you think social workers see?
I know,
We
but
see broken babies.
I understand that. But y'all more trained to deal with that more than the cops.
But do you see the problem with that?
But-
Think about it. You're the people that are working
But,
with
Jasmine, that
public.
is so hard. Where you want these cops to do, you want them to be.
No, you should just have.
No, you
training.
want them to be Avengers, yo. You want them to be Captain
No.
America.
Yeah.
There's no freaking way.
No.
There's
No.
My thing is this: there's some police officers can handle the situation, and there's a lot that cannot.
Yes. I
And
agree
that's
with
where
that.
the
So we
problem
need
lies.
So when they're getting these guys,
Yeah.
they should be looking for specific
True.
qualities. There should be more extensive. Like, okay, my ex went through the police, like the state trooper thing,
Mhm.
and not for nothing. Like, he's a very stable individual. Like,
Mm.
I will say that he's a very stable-minded person as far as like all these scenarios go.
Mm.
However, they're kind of basic questions that like we learn, like you ask in school. Like,
Mm.
they're not like like any little narcissist could figure these questions
But don't
out
always,
and know how to
Jasmine,
answer
to
them.
you it is. Where there's a lot of things that can make common sense to us. When you go to a person, it's not common sense to
But it's
them.
not.
Right,
No.
right.
I'm saying, okay. So when you get asked certain questions, right?
Yeah.
You're leaving humans, like maybe 2 to 3 humans, or not even. I think it's like one at a time that they sit down and meet with them. I think that's how it went when he went.
Mm-hmm.
You're leaving one human to determine whether or not another human is stable.
No, that's not how it goes.
Mm.
And trust me, my best friend is a state trooper and he's a recruiter. He goes, there's multiple people that they meet with.
Yeah, they do. They do a couple
It's
of them.
all-
And no, not always though, because one of them.
It's always, man.
No,
I
listen,
know.
he just went through it though. He literally just went
He
through
probably
it.
went to a point of a process and stopped.
No,
There's a big.
he went to the 2. He had to go to one guy. Then they had a question because of something from the background from when he was a kid. He had to go to one more guy, and then they were gonna take him on, and he broke his leg.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was it. That
But
was
even when you take them on, like it's even when you get into even if you get into the
the academy.
the academy,
They still do.
there's
They
a
still
lot-
do.
it's-
Yeah, they
there's
still
so
do
many
testing on
steps.
it.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
that
There's
there's
so
not
like
more.
I'm trying.
But he went to the military. He could easily. He was a Marine. He would have easily went through.
No,
this.
no.
No, it's
No,
not-
because
doesn't work that way.
my best friend was in the military and
Yeah.
he says this was worse.
Yeah.
He goes,
What,
the
wait, what
military.
branch? What branch?
It doesn't matter.
No, it does.
He was
because
in the
every
army.
No,
He
so
was in the
no,
army.
you can't say that because I know people from all the branches. Marines are the hardest.
But
Marines are the
again, you gotta the Marines are the hardest. It's all physical. In the state trooper program, it's physical, it's mental. Literally, you gotta like when you write out reports, you gotta draw the emblem. And everything got to go deep. Trust me, like the things that they had him do, the discipline that they had to be. He even said it goes, I'd rather go through basic training again than go through this. It's that hard.
I'm not going to down any branch of the military, but
but you're down in the state, like, and
No, I'm just saying,
the
like,
state
there's-
trooper is
there's the
even
different
longer than
levels.
basic
They
training.
make fun of each other because like these guys have it. Their basic trainings are easier, and then as you go up the levels of the military, they're 10 times.
I
harder,
think
10 times harder, 10 times harder.
it goes. You may have an argument where maybe the Marines basic training may be more physical, but I guarantee you don't have to deal with the mental. You got to know laws on top of doing the physical stuff. It's
I'm
a
sure
lot.
it's a lot. Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot.
It's a
I'm
lot.
not saying, but that's the thing. I'm not saying it's a lot, but there needs to be more mental. There needs to be, just like you want stricter gun laws. People.
I
need to have
think the
more testing.
mass state troopers, the way they do it. Now we can talk about regular city cops. Maybe the training needs to be different, but
I don't
the
know.
mass
I've met a
state
lot
troopers,
of
mass state troopers, I feel like what I've heard and how they go about it, it makes a lot of sense. Trust me, people have got kicked out in the middle of basic training because of how they act or how they move.
All I know is they hired a bunch of crooks.
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean? They hired a bunch of crooks. They had
But
dudes stealing from them
I
for
wanna-
years.
All right, where we at?
I want to get. Can you go back in the comments again, because I want to get back to like the presidential race.
Oh, can we get off of it?
I want to comment on something. Can you go,
Which one you want?
Joe, when he said the country is run like a business? Like I really
And
wanna
it was
comment.
working.
Joe, carry on.
Yeah, Joe
All
Cameron.
right.
Dude, you blind, bro?
Listen, you the one that couldn't start up the show right.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, because Joe Carrion says, shout out to Joe. He ran the country like a business and it was working.
I don't think it was. I don't know. I feel like things just kept getting more expensive.
When he was in office,
I don't know if it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was from the fallout from one person leaving and him coming in, and then because
you're saying now though.
no, I mean everything like from when Obama left and everything. Like as everything started transitioning, it just kept getting more and more expensive. And I can't say
He was in office.
no, but here's the thing though. What the policies and you've said this yourself,
What?
the policies they're making while in office take time and effect to go into effect.
Yep.
So I'm talking about from when Obama left. Like I'm talking about like it started then. So policies from him trickling down into Trump, trickling down to now, it's just gotten worse and worse and
No,
worse.
the policies from Obama, that's when Trump was in office and he was saying the economy is at its best. Then he changed Obama's policy.
I don't think it was at its best though.
The country, that's what Trump was saying.
No,
and,
I'm saying
and that's
I'm-
what everybody believes it was. Gas prices
No.
down.
Yeah, well, I
Listen.
mean,
Interest rates was down.
It's all
everything
about
was down.
perception.
And so now, and I'm gonna bring this up because there was a post. I'm gonna bring it up. And-
please do.
but listen, so then when Trump changed his policies when in his position, then when Biden took over, that's when inflation started going up, interest rates started going
Yeah,
up.
but don't you
It's
think
like-
that like what Obama did, like how you said, like it was his policies that made the interest rates so low and stuff. But look at the housing crisis it
That
caused.
was Bush. Bush
Made the
policies.
interest rates so low.
Yeah, he took office when we were going right into a recession.
Yep.
So that wasn't Obama because because he didn't even set any policies yet. It was Bush policies that put us in a recession.
But I'm not talking about the recession. I'm talking about when our interest rates were the lowest and people had all this buying power and it was so great and all that. But look what it's done. It's crippled us now because
but
all these
COVID,
people.
But
had
COVID,
all- I
also
understand.
had that issue too.
I understand.
So
but you got to look at the policies that came before it that allowed that to happen.
allow what happened?
The interest, okay.
Inflation.
Just think about what we're saying.
Mhm.
People had so much money in 2020 and 2021 to go buy houses that I'm right on this, that they were offering $50,000 to $80,000 over ticket prices on the houses. I mean, I was beat out like 6 times
Yeah, crazy.
on.
All right, I'm gonna break it down because this
properties.
is because I always say this, and I'm gonna give you an example. I believe that there's no such thing as there should be no billionaires, and this is the reason being. And I don't believe if you're a multimillionaire, you're a billionaire, you should not take out loans if you have the money to pay for what you want to get. And this is the reason why. And I'll use it for an example, because when these billionaires and millionaires taking out loans, that's a lot of money. Like someone like yourself
Mhm.
could get a loan, right?
Mhm.
So how does the bank? You're taking all this money out, then there's limited money to borrow. So how do you get that money back to get more people to borrow. They're going to raise the interest rates. So because there's less money and to keep the money flowing,
Mhm.
they're going to raise the interest rates. So if you're a billionaire and a millionaire, you should not be able to take out loans. And I guarantee it'll bring the interest rates down lower because there'll be more money to borrow. But see, it's the millionaires and billionaires is taking away your ability to.
But that wasn't the
to-
problem.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I
You're
don't
not
know.
hearing me.
I don't know about that.
There was literally no.
that's how it
listen,
works.
no, but listen, you're not hearing me. There were people, not billionaires, not millionaires. It was everyday average home buyers like me that because the interest. So when the interest rates are low, the brokers go, "Oh, you have all this buying power. Look how much money we can give
Why
you."
was there?
But
Because nobody was working, had the money to buy houses. So there was more money
okay,
in the kitty
but
because
think-
nobody
but-
was buying
but-
houses because nobody was working to pay off. So
hear me
now
out, though,
that's
if
how it
you
works.
just had an even keel way of doing it, there wouldn't be this housing crisis right now where New Bedford has like nothing for sale. Like literally, there's like a couple of houses for 1.3 to 2 million.
Stupid.
There's like a few multifamilies on the market,
There's more housing now than there was 6 months ago. So coming into the
Yes,
fall,
but it's still
we've
not
gone
like
up a
it
little bit.
used to
Yeah,
be.
it's not like
It's there's nothing to buy.
I'm
Because
gonna
people-
give you. Okay,
people are not going to sell their house
Yeah.
at 2.5-3% to go buy a house for,
No.
for 7%.
no.
But
So that's why they're staying put in their house.
But
Yeah.
know what's happening there? And this is and like I don't know if you know this. I begin like my mother owns a house in New Bedford, and for some reason, they're calling me. I'm getting calls on a consistent basis. Cash for your house.
yeah,
And literally they're saying like cash for your house I'm buying houses and I own a lot of rental property. These are companies. These are big companies are buying these houses and raising the rent and the cost of living in New Bedford. That should not be allowed.
Right.
But see, when you have companies who have money who could give you cash, right? And over buying price, because we as humans are greedy. If I could get my house is worth 200,000, I could get 400,000. Why am I not going to do that? But where's all this money coming from? So these are companies are doing this, and literally is probably they're taking out loans themselves, and because they have the money and that's why the interest rates are going up because it's the people with the money.
the
that
rich
taking out
don't
the
use their
loans.
own money.
It's the same thing with gas. It goes if there's a lot of gas prices go down because there's a lot of gas. But when there's not that much gas prices go up. It's the same thing with the housing
Supply and
prices.
demand.
It's basic math. So, but people love the millionaires. They love the billionaires. It's not the politicians. It's the people that would have money are fucking you. That's what it comes down to. And I'm not an economist. It's big. It makes sense. If there's more
I'm trying
money,
to be one of them.
if there's more money in the bank, if
Not
there's
my
more
fault.
money in the bank, the interest rates will go down. But when there's less money in the bank, the interest rates go up because they got to replace that money that's coming out of the bank. That's how it works.
And that's fine, but still,
They've been doing
if
it
they
for
had a
years,
better,
using other
even
people's money.
keel way of doing it instead of doing this whole seesaw.
But they won't because who's running the whole thing? The people with the money.
Hey, then I'm trying to be
They-
one of
they-
them.
they- but you're not gonna be because the
But-
people
No,
that
you can't
are
say that.
are taking away the money.
Now,
Like you
can't
just
say
said.
that.
Yes, you
People,
can.
you know, there's more millionaires made today than ever.
Yes,
before.
that's the problem.
But how you
That's the
make how
problem.
you do that? Because you
That's
use
the
other
problem.
people's money
Yeah,
to do that.
Yes,
Duh.
they use other people's money.
Why
They're not
wouldn't
even
you?
using-
Why would you use your own? That's the sure way to go broke. That's stupid.
The American, because so you keep on doing that, and people are gonna overpay for houses because they're gonna. You're being the American dream is
Just wait
gone.
till the market crashes all the time. You just wait till then. and
Why
then
it
buy.
has to be the market crashes where people lose their
Because
jobs?
they
doing all
keep
that stuff?
because they keep
'Cause-
doing it the way they're doing it. So
But
that's
y'all
not my
saying-
fault.
but
So
y'all-
I take advantage of a situation. What's the problem with that? If it's
But
gonna
y'all,
be
we're
played
not
that
talking
way,
about you. We're talking about multi-millionaires.
well,
and
okay, but they're just
billionaires.
doing what they should do.
Okay.
How are you
We're
gonna
gonna
be mad
keep
at
on going
somebody?
this rabbit wheel.
But okay, but how are you gonna be mad at people who are playing?
No,
the
I'm not
game
mad
to
at
stay
it,
rich.
but here's the thing: stay
you
in.
can
Yeah,
be,
I
you can
agree.
get
I
rich.
agree.
You any of us can figure out a way to get rich. There's a million ways to make a
if
dollar.
you got $20 million in the bank, why do you need?
Why would you
Why do
risk
you need
your
30?
20
Like,
mil?
what do you need to buy in your lifetime when you
what
have
about
$20
legacy?
million?
What if you want to make sure the rest
You
of your
cannot
family-
make like with $20 million.
No, that's chump change these days.
Yeah, but some
What do you
people
mean
can't
that's
help
chump change
but
these
make
days?
more
What?
because
I
some
think-
people
Maybe-
can't help
I
but
think
make
it-
more.
Hey, when
because
people
they
win
stop
the
making
lottery,
money and just
That's
they go
my
broke real
point.
fast,
So,
don't
like,
they?
So
Quicker than quick.
so
Thank you.
Quicker than quick.
That's
so
a couple million.
so here's my thing.
But they're not educated enough to even say keep it.
But that's most people.
What you
Yeah.
talking about?
So You said, why do I need, if I got 20, why do I need 30? Because you want to leave a legacy. Maybe you got a large family. Maybe you plan on having a large
You
family.
cannot leave a legacy with freaking $20 million.
You can donate it. Your legacy could be a school or something. Your legacy could be
It
whatever.
could be anything.
Okay, but you have $20 million.
Yes, but every day,
That's
every
generational wealth.
No, not really.
Yeah, it's
It's
Not really.
But
Think about how
but
fast
Jasmine,
people who win
understand
the
why
lottery
is it
go
not
broke.
really?
Other
It's like,
people's
you realize,
money.
like you had if you back in the day, you could get a house for 100,000.
Yeah.
That same house is 500,000 now.
That's great.
So in other words, if we keep on going to the system that you think is okay with, that same house that was 100,000 in the 70s, in 20 years is gonna be is gonna be 2 million. It's the same house.
So what you're telling me is you want to buy a house and it never goes up in value?
No, it's
So
not
when you
about
sell it,
not
you
like
just
that.
get your
Not like
100,000
that.
back?
Not
Not
like
like
that. I
that.
get it.
No, not like that. No, I get it. It's to a point. The only reason why it's going up because people with money are buying these houses and they're selling it for major profit. Yeah, I get it. You get profit from it, but they're diluting the market to a point where people like ourselves, there's no point of buying a house because you're limited. Now you're like, all right, I'm gonna take out 500,000, right? But because there's limited money in the kitty, I gotta pay high interest rate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not right. Keep the money in the bank for the people who needs it, not the people who have it, who needs it. So keep their interest rates now.
But
and
also,
keep the
what
American
about
dream
the
alive.
regular people that don't like to pay their debts?
Huh?
That also hurts.
But that's a different conversation. But so in other words, and I think we like you're like that.
No, because the billionaires and the millionaires are paying back their debts most of the time. Most of the time. I'm not saying all the time.
What's the next topic?
I'm not saying all the time.
they're not paying off their debts. It's that the other people are paying off their debts. I'm gonna buy a multi-million-dollar home and I'm gonna rent it out and they're paying it. Even though
Yeah.
I got
Oh, so wait.
so
So
they're
what you're
not
telling
paying
me?
off.
So what you're telling me is I'm a bad guy because I bought a property
That's
and
the system.
my tenants are paying my
Jasmine,
debt.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's the system. So they're not doing anything illegally, but that's the problem. If y'all gonna buy,
But that's my business. That's like if I owned a Walmart and you go in and buy stuff, you're gonna call me a bad guy because you're buying
not
my
getting
product.
my point. If y'all this is why I think multimillionaires and multi-billionaires should not be able to take as many loans as they do because you're taking too much out of the kitty and keeping these interest rates up high.
Yeah, but
for
assets
the regular
wise,
people.
just a few months ago, if I don't sell my property, assets wise, I'm in the $1 million range. Assets wise, I'm a millionaire. So I shouldn't be allowed, even though I'm not rich by any means, I shouldn't be allowed
But
to
here's the
take out
thing,
loans.
y'all looking at I'm talking multi-millionaires. If I buy $1 million house and it doesn't affect my pocket. But know what I'm doing? I'm not gonna, even though it won't affect my pocket, I'm still gonna get a loan. That's not fair. It's not fair.
All right, we're gonna switch this up. We're gonna talk about this
Thank you.
next subject right here.
I'm gonna go back to that
Right
because
We're going right here, right now.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah.
And he was a senator from Minnesota.
Yeah.
He broke it down. Like he's like, yo, what the hell? He was a senator of America.
We can have that on topic. I don't know.
Yeah,
All right, we're gonna switch it up real
All
quick.
That was
Oli-
good.
the
though.
Olympics.
That was good.
The Olympics.
Oh.
Jasmine, you an Olympic watcher?
No,
All right, so
I don't watch TV, y'all.
Really?
Like ever.
I watched a little bit of the Olympics. I watched mostly like a couple of basketball games. I didn't really see much other than that. But I do want to talk about that story with the woman boxer.
the women boxer, yeah.
Okay, so I she's a woman, right? We talked about this. She's a woman. I feel bad for her because there's a lot of like social media shit that she was a man and this and that. And I get the transgender thing with women in sports, like the swimmer. So I get it, but it's like this. She's a woman.
Mhm.
She
Unfair.
has a rare disorder. She has I think it's XY.
XY, yeah.
She has like a Y chromosome, so she tests high in testosterone. But same can be said for women with PCOS. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
What's Pico?
Basically, it's a disorder that causes women to grow facial hair. They have a lot more testosterone. So if you see women with like facial hair,
Yeah.
a lot of the time it's like 9 times out of 10 it's PCOS. Like it's just a disorder that causes the testosterone levels to be higher. This individual happens to actually have a Y chromosome. So she unfortunately has an actual male part, but she has female anatomy. She is a female. She was assigned female at birth. She was raised as a female. She has female body parts. She just has a disorder.
Right.
That has like something to do with like when she was in the womb, her gender like she went female, but she possesses that male characteristic,
Yeah.
like for testosterone. So unfortunately,
That
she
is-
presents more masculine.
Yeah, that was, it's sad that she had to deal with all that.
Yeah, and it's sad that, and this is where we live in a social media age where people were just quickly attacking her, saying that she was a man. I mean, people, again, there's a feelings everybody.
And it just creates more division.
it keeps more division.
People posting shit, people going back and forth, just creates more division.
Now, when I first saw it, I was in my feelings where I was like, yo, that's fucked up.
Yeah, right.
But I didn't say anything. I was like, wait a minute. Let me wait. and
Like,
more
would the
facts
Olympics
come out.
allow this to happen?
Yeah, like
you know
I
what
was
I'm
like,
saying? Like-
that's what I was saying. Wait a minute, I need to, and people were so quick to go in because everybody's in their feelings.
But guys, but in fairness to people that are in their feelings, whatever, that is, was it Leah Thomas? So the woman swimmer
Yeah.
that was a transgender,
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
so that was a big thing not 6 months ago. So it's like, I get it. People,
I get it,
Yeah.
get it, because but I think that we as a community, as a society, we need to be careful with the internet now.
Wait, so I have something to add real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. I think we need a rabbit hole segment at the very end of this
Okay.
because this topic right here ties into something that just happened within the city in Fall River.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
I
Yo,
need that to
Yeah,
be-
yeah.
I need that to be-
Okay, we're gonna do a rabbit hole,
I
and
need that
we're gonna
to
do that later. It's gonna be
Okay,
like, it's gonna be
alright.
later. Yeah.
I heard.
I saw. Okay. Oh man, it's got some local rabbit hole stories, yo. Okay.
Yeah.
But let me get back to it. Yes, we need to be careful when it comes to the internet because now you got AI, people with doctor information and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like we gotta read between the
Fake.
lines. We gotta really research out. Don't let your feelings be fact. You know what I'm saying? And really,
I just think that
research.
boxer had a glass jaw and she wasn't. I'm gonna be honest. From what I've seen, I haven't been watching the Olympics, but
Mhm.
from the snippets that I see on the internet and stuff, this Olympics is trash. Like from the competitors to the way it was set up, the opening act, like all of it was just it's a mockery of what the Olympics used to be. Like Olympians were
A little
like
bit.
legit, like they train their asses off, and it's like this girl is fighting somebody who doesn't even have an impressive boxing record, like has lost to the majority of women the other women that she's fought, right?
She won the gold, right?
Yeah, and she won, but like the woman that she fought that made this whole controversy happen folded with 2 punches.
Yeah.
Like what? Who nominated you to be the boxer for your country if you can't take 2 hits from somebody who's lost more than she's ever even
Let me
won
ask
against
you
other
this:
women?
do you think that because the way she reacted and everything,
Yeah,
she got in the other boxer's head?
no.
That they really believed it, and that's why how she won the gold because she wasn't that good.
No. I think that I think this Olympics is subpar human beings being sent to it. Like,
So she won the gold.
yeah, she won the gold.
Okay.
This is like the second time Algeria has won the gold
Yeah.
since man or woman.
Hmm.
It was first a man, and now she's won the second one, and it was like decades apart. Like it's not close at all. But with that being said, like if you just look at the competitions and the people that they've sent from a lot of the countries, it's like, were you just sending somebody to get in a category to maybe get a gold or to place at all? Or did these people actually really train their entire lives?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna probably send their best people.
No, I don't think so. Have you seen? We were just talking about the breakdance. Did you see the breakdancing competition?
I'm not watching breakdancing.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna send people to a world stage where they are going to be judged by the entire world, you would think you're coming with the heavy hitters, people who have been doing this their entire lives, that have world renowned, like something, right?
I think
No.
I think that some of the looking when you come to like the break-in, I think they're out of touch. They're not going to the people who created breaking. Like hip hop is only 50 years old. There's people who created breaking. You should be going to those people.
Yeah.
For an example, I'll bring up the 3-on-3. The 3-on-3 competition the first year. Why not you going to Ice Cube, who has a league of the 3-on-3, and partner up with them to get players to represent our country?
Mhm.
In the 3-on-3 league. People say, oh, because they're not getting paid. Well, the NBA players are not getting paid either.
Yeah, and
But they're
still
willing to
doing
come
it.
and represent country. So why not get people from a league and it will boost up the 3-on-3 league because they're
Mhm.
going to get these players are not going to want to play in the Olympics. We get all this exposure that's going to help the 3-on-3 league.
Yeah, the
that literally
exposure.
starts when at the Olympics are over.
Yeah, the exposure alone.
Yeah, so but yet they probably don't want to help Ice Cube or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it,
Yeah.
look at it that way. The shooting that you was talking about, just like people just, it probably seemed like people are not taking it that seriously.
No, but Homeboy's placed like third.
Yeah, no, he
No,
was
honestly,
good.
I
He
think
was
they had
good.
assassins. I'm not joking. Like people had memes
Oh,
up
that-
saying
that
that they
shooter?
think they're assassins.
Yeah.
The guy that he,
Had his hand in his pocket. And
yeah, he
was
didn't even train. Like he didn't even
Yeah.
train. Right? He's a
Yeah, he
worker,
was-
like a
yeah.
regular. Yeah.
He's like, no, he's not a worker. He's a contracted killer.
You think he's an assassin? Come on.
Listen, for you to get up on a national stage and be like, hand in pocket, like I do this every day. Little do you motherfuckers know.
James Bond. You think he's James Bond?
No.
It just
Listen, there are real life assassins.
I-
There's people on,
yeah.
on the most wanted list, and that man was one.
Yeah.
Because you don't get it. Like,
I mean, it was bizarre.
he was too relaxed. It was almost like it was every Tuesday that he's just like,
Yeah.
"Bing,
I mean, maybe he goes to the range. I mean, I don't know.
bing." No, he was in the that guy that had his hand in his pocket. From what I understand, I was trying to look it up. From what I understood, he was in a specialty unit in their countries, like kind of like
I mean,
Marines.
You and I could go to the Olympics, next Olympics. You want to do it? Let's train.
Like,
you and I,
let's just
okay?
train for something random and go,
Well,
because apparently they're sending anybody.
But I watched the Olympics. I like track and field.
Yeah.
Like I ran track
Sha'Carri?
in college.
That girl's big.
Like the girl that won the 400 hurdles. That's a badass, yo. She was running hurdles faster than the women run the regular 400.
Yeah.
Like I like watching the relay. Sha'Carri, like when Sha'Carri just looked at the person, like as they're
crossing the line.
crossing the line, like
Mhm.
like track and field, I think are the best athletes. I
Yeah.
love watching them run. The
Those are intense.
intense.
Swimming too.
It is.
Like the
It's
swimming
Swimmers.
too.
the swimming is the swimming because
Yeah.
I like the angle when they have in the water. I'm like,
Yeah.
they're legit fish. Like
They're just.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
and
like
their
the
upper
diving.
Bodies
Yes.
are like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
the wide bodies.
Mhm.
I like the diving because
Mhm.
How do you do that?
first of all, I'll be scared because you're that high, especially the plank diving, not even the board, that, and they're
Yes,
sitting
sir.
there just flipping. I'm like,
Listen, you know we don't do
"Nah,
that
I
stuff.
don't do that shit. Yo, but the Chinese, they were killing it. I'm like, the Chinese.
You know what I always found amazing, and maybe y'all don't feel the same way. Them synchronized swimmers.
Yeah,
That is
Oh.
pretty cool.
That
That's
isn't.
pretty
Hey,
cool.
no,
Yeah.
those girls have to train to hold their breath for like
Yeah.
almost a minute, and they're not just holding their breath. They're holding each other.
yeah.
They're kicking, like they are working. And I
Yeah.
mean, the amount of, and you know what's really cool? What's his name? Funded the water polo team, Flavor Flav,
Yeah.
because he saw that they were working multiple jobs to pay for coaches
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So he was like, these women are working way too hard
Mhm.
to do something that should be like getting sponsored.
Yeah.
So he sponsored him, and he's been calling other people. Snoop went to the equestrian.
Yeah.
I like
Been at
Snoop
all-
being there.
Snoop's
Listen.
been at
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
events.
yeah,
Yeah.
That was a good decision by the Olympics.
Yes, have
Like
Snoop there.
because Snoop he's become like a
Spokesman
icon.
Like a
almost. Yeah.
spokesperson
A
for them.
spokesman, yeah, and he just
You know what got him there?
What?
You didn't see the Kevin Hart and him?
Oh
walking
yeah,
the
yeah, I
first
saw
day?
that.
He
Yeah.
said, that horse crip walking, cuz. So he's afraid of horses, apparently. So
Yeah.
he made Martha
Yeah.
Stewart go with him.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but they were dressed up from head to toe with like the helmets, the,
helmets,
top
yeah.
coat, the waist. But he had sneakers on with his ride.
Yeah. No, he keeps it.
But, like-
Gotta keep it 100. Gotta keep it 100.
But it was just, it's cool
What's
because
side?
he actually is genuinely intrigued to learn the sports. He's not there to mock it. He's actually learning,
Yeah.
and he's like becoming like acquainted with it. And it's whereas like I feel like any other person would be there kind of mocking it, like not really taking it serious. And he's like he's feeding the horses,
But he's also
like-
bringing culture into
Yeah,
the
yes,
Olympics,
yes.
which is great. I also like watching the volleyball, the girls volleyball.
I'm sure you
Volleyball.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you
But-
love
but-
watching them.
But they're bad too, though, man. Like
oh, they're beasts.
there
There was one team. I don't know if they still even do it. The 2-on-2.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, the
always
beach
these
volleyball.
two women.
Yeah,
I think they're older now, though. I don't think they compete anymore.
they
Like
probably
those,
don't.
those women would at
Yeah.
it for like decade, like
Hmm.
forever. You know what's really, really impressive? Simone Biles.
Some
Yeah,
mobile.
First of all,
she's
she's
the best.
the oldest
Mhm.
Olympian since the 1950s, and so she's 27. Which I don't know if you guys know anything about like gymnasts.
That's old.
But like old, that's like
Yeah.
being a grandma in
Yeah.
gymnast years.
Mhm.
The only other person to go past her was a 35-year-old back in 1952. I can't remember her name, but it is so rare because you're more liable to break a bone,
Mhm.
pop something out of place. So I think her height and her weight are her best friend. She's 4'8",
Yeah.
very little, very petite. She's got a lot of muscle holding those joints and bones together.
Mhm.
Like if she goes another
she's
couple
awesome.
Olympics,
Mhm.
and by the way, she was pregnant and won gold.
Wow.
Yeah, she's done. This is her
Pregnant.
last one.
But can I say something?
I don't think it's
I got a low
Yeah.
key crush on
I don't
Suni
think-
Lee.
Alright,
though. I
good,
got a
good,
low key
good,
crush
good.
on Suni Lee.
Suni Lee. Who's Suni Lee?
Is one of the gymnasts, man. The Asian girl. She cute. Suni Lee's bad, yo.
Suni Lee.
Listen,
Put it up, yo. Evan,
How
put it
old
up,
is
man.
she?
So she's in college. She's of age. I mean, it's low key. She's cute. Suni Lee's
Listen,
alright.
I can appreciate all these athletes.
Just making sure you knew her age.
No. She's of age, but I could look from a distance. Suni Lee's alright.
All right.
You just like Asians.
Look it up, man. I'm trying to
You
tell you.
just
man.
like Asians.
Asians are on the come up.
Oh man.
All right. What's next?
Taylor Swift. Get into Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
God.
Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Taylor Swift concerts. So I
What ISIS terror threat? I'm really behind, guys.
okay.
I don't watch
See, you
TV.
got. Let me. I got.
Well, I think he had ties. I don't know if it was like ISIS, but he had ties.
He
to like
he's been
Al-Qaeda.
radicalized.
Yeah.
Who?
Um.
Want to hurt people?
No, the lead person in the terror
Where-
attacks.
Where is it? I had it up.
Yeah, but why does that have to do with Taylor Swift?
She canceled 3 concerts because it was
because
Yeah.
plotting to kill people.
At her concert?
Yes,
Yeah, it was. She was targeted. So
or her concert.
this was in Australia.
Oh, yeah, she's out of the country, so she don't want to.
So what they plan on doing?
Smart.
These
Can't have guns in
he
Australia.
was a 19 years old. They were all 19.
19.
And now the plot was to not go into the concert because a lot of people hang out outside the concert, and it was a plot to let off a bomb outside the concert.
Oh.
And the authorities in America disrupted it. Let the authorities know in Australia.
Yeah.
And so Taylor Swift, team just canceled. She had 3 concerts in a row,
Yeah.
3
Well,
days.
because those countries, like it's like England, they're not allowed to have weapons.
No,
So like they're really not equipped to like handle stuff like that.
let me see.
From what I understand, Australia is like England. Like
Yeah.
they're not allowed to, like even their police don't really carry.
Mm.
From what
Really?
I understand.
Yeah, so
Oh,
police-
in England?
Police. in
Good
Vienna-
luck getting saved.
So let me just read this. Police in Vienna, Australia, narrowly averted a terrorist attack on an upcoming Taylor Swift concert on Wednesday, arresting 2 suspects believed to be connected to ISIS. In light of the threat, all 3 of Swift's sold-out shows at Vienna Ernest Happel Stadium, wow, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, have been canceled. So it's like she had these.
That's
3
safe
concerts.
though. That's good.
Oh yeah.
So hey, kudos to the people that put a stop to that, right? Whether it's the phone
It's probably
tapping or
her.
however they can figure that shit out, right?
Mhm. But it tells you like where the terrorists are targeting,
Well, big crowds.
big crowds.
I don't think it's Taylor Swift that they're
Yeah.
after, but it's like big,
No,
big
no.
crowds.
No, but they know that
Mass
she packs
destruction.
She
them.
packs, yeah, right.
She
Yeah.
packs every stadium she
Yeah.
goes to, like with, and that girl also, if she doesn't pack a stadium, or I don't know if she doesn't, or if she purposely does it, but she gifts tickets to hundreds of people.
Yeah.
So like when I worked for a nonprofit like years ago,
Hmm.
we got like a couple hundred tickets or something like that to take kids. She purposely like I think it was at the Patriot Stadium.
Mhm.
It was over there. And she purposely had like X amount of tickets for kids who couldn't afford to go. Like
That's sweet. That's nice.
yeah. So I mean, she just brings crowds regardless if they're coming there for free or not. And
Mhm.
that's a dangerous situation.
But hey,
for
you
a
know
lot of
what?
people.
That's the world we live in now. I know this was in Australia, but these big crowds.
That's why I
you
won't go to
never
Times Square
know.
during New Year's.
Yes,
Eve or
I won't go to
something.
Times. Yeah,
Yeah. But
I won't do that.
I'm like, why would I want to go to like the
Yeah.
number one place that they always terrorist, like that's the one place they have done it a few times.
yeah.
Why am I going to that type of crowd?
Yeah, I
Nah.
gotta rely on someone stopping it or someone
Yeah,
realizing
nah.
that's gonna happen. No, I don't go with. Honestly, I stay away from.
I'm
big
not going to
crowds.
presidential thing.
I'm
No.
I'm not going near Trump. Okay.
I'm not getting shot.
I think New York is one of those cities that's always on red alert.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Always.
Yeah, they're red alert, yeah.
It's always on. It never go green.
Because
never go
Yeah.
yellow.
no, because it's
Hey, kudos to the people that stand behind Trump in his rallies.
And don't move.
Yeah.
yeah. With phone.
He didn't move.
Like
yo, I
this.
saw one girl. She ducked. And she came out with the camera with her phone. I'm like, yo, I would have been out.
Wait, what about the woman that didn't even duck?
Yeah.
She was right behind him. She's like this.
She was like,
Hey, the guns are going off. The people are swarming. him, and
Yeah.
she's like this.
Everyone's got their
No,
phones out.
But you know what makes me mad? And I'm not saying I want her to get shot, but it's
See,
like,
here we're talking about
why
Trump
did
again.
she get shot? Why didn't she get
Yo,
shot
the
when the other
genius.
guy, from what I understand, he ducked? The one that got shot, like from what I understand, he was trying to and the dumbass with the phone who's like this
yeah. Oh shoot.
is like, fine.
I'm gonna get some of my views up.
Yeah. Right. right.
Ridiculous.
All right, what we got next? We moving on? Or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we gotta do my
Yeah.
segment.
Yeah. We go.
All right,
Look
you
at that.
guys gotta pick the next one.
Let's go to should relationships
Yeah, let's
be-
do that one.
All
Yeah.
right, we're gonna go up to that.
All right.
There we go.
Brodo's been waiting for this one.
Yeah, he's been waiting for a long time on.
And I got that saying.
Back down to the wind down.
Here we
No, I
go.
got that saying that I told you guys that I would get last time.
Here we go.
Don't remember we were talking about relationships, and I said that the guy that I talked to
Yeah.
has like a saying.
What was I saying?
So it's equal isn't identical.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Yes.
I agree.
It's almost like you got different love languages.
Yes.
we're equal in
Yeah.
partnership,
But,
but
we're different.
it's different.
We're
Yeah.
different.
So like,
Everyone's gonna bring something different to the table.
yeah, but it should benefit everybody.
Right. 100%.
Not one person shouldn't be leeching. One person shouldn't be. So I think where a lot of relationships fail is that you have sometimes people who have problems with compromising. They think compromising is giving up control, and they don't see the benefit in how compromising can actually strengthen what you're going through and what you're doing. And I think that's where a lot of people fail in their relationships, and without even realizing it until it's too late. Like a lot of people, like I'm just going off of like my 30 and up. I hear a lot of people like, I am who I am, and you should just take me as I am.
Mm.
And let
Only
me tell
women
you
say
something.
that.
No, I've heard men say that too.
No.
I've heard plenty of men because here's the
We're gonna
thing.
argue this one, man.
No, because here's the thing. America's individualistic, whether you're man or female. We're very much, I did it on my own. I'm my own person. So therefore, the idea of compromising on your characteristics or certain things that you may do daily sounds horrible. It's like, why should I have to stop doing what I like? But it's like, okay, but you want to be with me, right? You want to be with me. That bothers me. Or maybe that's just not
Yeah, you
conducive
have-
to
yes.
us being together.
You have to compromise a little bit.
You have
Okay.
to.
There's gonna be give and take.
Yeah.
You can't. But we're in a day and age. I could, to your point, where especially like now, like people are so like, this is how I live, or
Yeah.
this is how I individual, right? And they don't want to like budge. They don't want to go a little to the left, a little to the right,
Nope.
And it's sad.
And they don't want to. I think it's a better word to use is cooperate.
Yeah.
You have to cooperate. It's to a point where you got to respect somebody's, like, for an example, if I'm with you, how I move represents you.
Yeah.
And how you move represent me.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
you got to move like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people just worried about how they represent themselves,
Yep.
that's why relationships don't work.
Mhm.
That's why it's like the word submissive is a bad word.
I was
for
just
most
about to say
people.
that is a dirty word.
And it's not. It's
Yeah.
it's like the way the word is.
But you know what I think it is though?
It's a trigger word for women.
No. So what I think it is because a lot
Some
of
women want that.
but a lot of men also forget that, and I'm going from probably my spiritual side, right? Is that we're supposed to submit to each other
Yes.
different ways.
Yes.
So I'm supposed to be submissive and feminine. You're supposed to be submissive but
And
masculine.
Yes.
And in order to do that, I need to embrace what feminine is, and you need to embrace what masculinity is.
Yes.
And being masculine isn't macho.
No.
It's not about, I can beat up anybody and I'll tell you what to do and you're my doormat. That's not
No,
masculine.
no, it's
that's
not
that's a
that. No.
scumbag.
Yeah. Exactly.
A masculine man is somebody who goes, I'm the head of the household, but I don't make decisions for you. We make them together.
Together.
Yeah.
And I'm smart enough to know that me asking you your opinion isn't me not knowing what to do. It's incorporating you.
You.
And a leader
Yes.
isn't good if they just bark orders. A leader's good when they take other people's opinions into
Yes.
account. So a lot of people today, though, they hear submit or submission,
It's a trigger.
and they are like, I will never let a man tell me what to. Well,
That's
who
why
said
you're
tell
alone.
a man?
That's
Who
why
said
you're
your
alone.
man's
Yeah.
telling you what to do? Your man's guiding you
Right.
because they care about you. They
It's
see you
almost like,
doing
for an
something.
example, it's and women need to understand we men see the world in a way that you may not see.
Yeah.
And if we're saying don't move like this, don't do this,
Mhm.
because we know how other men react. That
Yeah.
may put you in an uncompromised position. I'm not trying to control you. I'm trying to protect
Yeah.
you. But women, they feel so protected, so they think they're protected. No, who's protecting you? Men.
Mhm.
And
And if those same men that are protecting you make you feel protected, they tell you not to move a certain way, trust in that word.
sometimes when you say, you know, don't move this way, because maybe the way she's moving is a bad reflection on you.
That too.
You know what I'm saying?
That too.
So when you ask your lady, hey, you know what, I'd appreciate this, because you know what, you could be doing something that is making you look bad from a man's point
Yeah.
of view.
Or
So-
making you look too
So,
available.
like, this
Yeah.
Because so the question is, should relationships be mutual beneficial,
Yeah.
and even transactional? So I'm gonna pull out this clip because I wanna push you know,
Good.
get into this conversation. Just listen what this clip is. Hold on.
During the dating period, at what point did the woman have to pay when they go out?
When you're on a date, who should pay? He's supposed to pay,
Yeah.
but you're supposed to have sex with him whenever he says.
No.
Where does this double standard come from? You can moan at it all you want, but the moment you say to a guy, you have to pay for my time, you're saying this relationship isn't equal. My time is worth more than yours, so you should pay for it. If you go on a date with a guy and you don't offer to pay your share, you weren't taught right. If I was dating someone and they never offered to pay, I wouldn't be dating them. This is the most polite they're ever going to be, and they're not even trying to pay now. What does that say about my future? Let me tell you what means something to a guy. Trying. When he feels that you're not even trying to contribute, that's when he feels used. And it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with the lack of gesture.
During the dating,
No, and I agree with that.
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, but I'm like old school. Like if I start dating someone, like I want to pay for dinners, like I want,
Yeah.
right? But but when someone offers, it makes you feel good, like they want to contribute,
And
they
that's-
want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I won't let them.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're willing to pay, you're taking out your money, okay, I'm gonna look at you a different way.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not a liability.
I sneak pay.
You know what I'm saying?
sometimes. I
And-
sneak
right,
pay.
right.
and then that's the kind of guy's like, oh, okay.
Well, like,
I'm gonna
if
look
I
at you
make-
totally
If
different.
I make a suggestion and I'm like, I want to go here, and I know it wasn't your like first choice, I'm gonna pay because like clearly I made that decision and I really wanted it, and you just went along with it. Like I feel bad like asking you to pay when I said I want to go here.
Mhm.
So like I don't know. I think it's weird when women. I have friends and have had friends who, oh, he needs to pay. He needs to pay for me. And if you want to be, and it's like, what makes you think you're so it?
Yeah.
That men should just give. And what do you offer?
That's broke women talk.
Yeah. Like what do you
Women
offer?
will call men broke, but they're broke.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
Why
I love that.
it's always the broke women
You
that
ain't
call
gonna
men
pay for
broke.
my nails. Well, you've been getting them done this whole time.
You broke. Shut up. Like, yo, you pay and this and that. Shut up. You're like,
Yeah.
you're broke.
You don't need me to pay if I don't need no man to pay for myself. If I do it, it's because I can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't afford it, I'm not doing it. So then there's no need to ask you to do it for me. That's crazy.
Here's another one I want to like, because again, we're talking about should relationships be mutually beneficial and transactional, and I'm playing clips as leading up to relationships and the mindset between a man and a woman, so we can get into this conversation. And I want, like, Jasmine, I want to know what you think about this clip.
As a man, I can take accountability and acknowledge that I'm imperfect. So, for example, if a chick said to me, like, hey, Marquette, you know, I really like guys with hair. That is better than being bald. Whereas if you deal with a woman, you say, hey, rate each other. I'm like, oh, girl, you're a bad B. You're beautiful. You're all 10s. Whereas men, we have to live in reality. We have to acknowledge the reality about ourselves and the reality about others and figure out where we stand on the hierarchy. If you ask this young lady, is she intelligent? She'd look you dead in your eyes and say yes. If you ask her, does she have manners? She'd say yes. But she's been interrupting and she's been rude and unruly this whole time, which is why I have to address it. Because too often guys will look at her and say, you know, she's attractive. I want to smash. And because they want to smash, they're about to start tap dancing and like being real nice. And because they never told her the truth, she doesn't even know the truth. That's the point. You get lied to, then you get smashed and dashed. And at the end, you're wondering why, because you have no sense of reality. And why does the lie work on you? Because you want to be lied to. As a
No, that's true. No, it's true.
You know, Jasmine is like, she's a realist. That's why I love her like that. Is like, she just but then she'll fight against certain things that
No, it's
No,
but it's true. Women like to be lied to. A lot of them do.
I say that. It's like, yo, you want to be lied to. You
No,
don't wanna
they
be told
do.
the truth. Girls will say, just tell me the truth. You don't want to hear the truth.
No, they don't.
You want to tell because you want to be told what you want to hear. So guys got to tell you what you want to hear to get what they want.
But that seems to be like a certain type of woman. Like a beautiful woman seems to get that more because dudes want to like either get with her or whatever. So they tell her what she wants to hear.
I think it's a lot of uneducated beautiful women. Because
Yes.
there's a lot of
Yes.
educated beautiful women who are the opposite. They don't want you talking to them. They don't want to hear your lies and your bullshit, and they go the other way. They totally avoid dating sometimes. And they avoid,
It's a different level.
yeah. But a lot of the women, unfortunately, because of lack of parenting,
Confidence.
lack of confidence, a lack of just any type of male involvement in their life.
Yeah.
Even some fathers, they're there, but they're not present. These women grow up being told they're beautiful, they're beautiful, they're beautiful, and they don't think they have to aspire to anything other than being beautiful or
Mhm.
culture. A lot of people from different cultures, women, are told just find a man with money. I grew up Portuguese and Cape Verdean, and I can't tell you how many times the Portuguese side of my family would tell me, "You need to find a man with money. Why don't you just marry somebody with money and be a housewife?" And I looked at my aunt one day, and my great aunt, and I felt very disrespectful saying this to her, but I said, "I would never want to be in your position." She goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "You get an allowance. You
Yeah.
Y'all
contribute
controlled.
just as much
You're not a partner.
to
y'all
your
controlled.
household, but your husband won't give you a checkbook.
Right.
You're not given a card. You're given an allowance every week and told how much you can spend because you are not his equal."
But was that more generational though? Was that back in the day more?
No, you know what?
I think it was.
I think it's generational, but it also speaks volumes to culture. Because if you look at Portuguese families, the men are in control most of the time. There's very few times where maybe the house, the woman has
Yeah.
control of the house, but everything outside of that house, he tells her, like, oh, he can go to the bar till 10 o'clock at night, but don't let her come in the house past 8 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
His dinner better be ready. You know what I mean? So it's generational, but I think it's cultural too. Like a lot of cultures, that's just the way it is. The men are in control and that's not a partnership. That's a ownership.
Yeah. To me, like it's got to be 50-50.
Yep.
And when I say 50-50, I don't mean like money 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean like that commitment.
Yeah.
That, emotional. Like so maybe someone brings in more money, someone's more emotional. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's all those things that go back and
Yeah.
forth.
And you need
So it's more or
stability.
less more 100 then.
Yeah.
You need stability. So I like the reason why I would never want to be like my aunt per se is because not because she doesn't have a good life in a sense, but like, what happens if that man left you? You have for the last 40 years have no work history. You have nothing to fall back on.
We see that. We see that now.
Yeah, because it's not a partnership. Like if he were to leave her, he would walk away with his money. Like, because she's not a fighter. She wouldn't fight him for it. Like, that's just not who she is. She's not a fighter. So if he were to leave her, and I've seen this happen in a lot of Portuguese households, like the men just walk away with all their money, whatever. And maybe they'll let the woman keep the house because the kids, but like they walk away. And you get what you get from
But
them.
notice
Better.
because they're so controlled throughout those years, because all the men have the power.
Yeah.
The women are educated and know how much power they have because they're married to that man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so that's what happens.
I just think it should be equal.
I tell you what now, I never want a housewife. I want a woman who has her own career,
Yeah.
her own money, her own identity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have that confliction of like,
So
I'm over you or you're over me. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what?
Like,
Though? There's a
partner.
healthy balance though, because I've seen. So I know housewives. If you and your husband mutually say, "Hey, you're like this is cheaper for us. I make enough money.
Yeah, this works.
If you're working, it's mainly just to put the kids in daycare. So what's the point of you working? We're wasting money actually because now we're getting taxed on that money that you're making. We're like it's just cheaper if you stay home, and it's a mutual agreement. And you don't put like it's one thing if your partner is a foolish spender. Okay, I can understand maybe the allowance thing, right? Like, hey, you just spend all of our money and you're putting us in debt. I have to put some guidelines in place. But for somebody who's responsible and you guys are a partnership, I think you're showing that like you don't trust your partner. They're not equal to you when you do stuff like that.
But I think like the partnership, it's it's not a one size fits all.
No,
Like
it's
they-
whatever works for you guys.
right. So there could be someone that, a woman, say, right, to your point or to your example, maybe she doesn't want to be a housewife. Maybe she wants to go, even though she's making the same amount of money that it would cost for daycare, whatever. But maybe she wants to feel good about herself, like doing whatever she does. Come home, because sometimes these, from hear stories, whatever. These women that are home all day with their kids, they like they're burnt out.
Oh
right?
yeah,
And then
it never stops.
so then maybe they're not spending quality time with their husband when the husband comes home from work. But what if they both came home from work a little and then they had that family time? Maybe it's a little different dynamic. So whatever works for people.
Yeah.
Do you think people stay in relationships because of money? Like,
Yeah, very
like
much
women
so.
or
No, very much so.
by and large, yeah.
Yep. I think because again, going back to like and even with house husbands, there's men who don't work.
Yeah.
When you have no control over funds and you have no savings that is yours and you don't have anything, where are you going?
And but you get used to that lifestyle.
Yeah, but not even that. It's like, where are you going? The fear is real. You're starting from ground zero,
Right.
scratch. You have nothing. And unfortunately, like me, like I don't believe in divorce. I don't. There's very few reasons I say, like abuse and like severe cheating and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're not going to do that, right? But at the same time, there are people who also just will walk away from anything for any reason.
Way too much nowadays. Way too much.
And you get like, again, that's why you should pay attention to who you're dating and have like really I'm like I said, I'm talking to somebody and I'm getting to know them and we have a lot of difficult conversations and I think it's wonderful.
Listen, that's what I like about you, because you actually brought this to my attention. When you said the difficult conversation you have right off the rip, I'm sitting back here like, yo, this chick's crazy. But then I'm thinking to myself, you know what? That saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it helps kind of facilitate to get to that point.
That's why I played that clip about the dating thing. It's a simple thing of like, if you're not trying to pay, this is your first date. This is where you're at nicest.
Yeah.
Like you're selling yourself.
Right.
So if I continue dating, you're telling me who it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's and I think also, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jasmine, I think women think that men are looking what they're looking for. So for an example, if you ask a woman, describe what the man that you want, what he wants.
Yeah.
And most women will describe another man. We don't want what you want. We're not looking for what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're looking, again, we're equal, but we're different.
But I think some men are and I'm just gonna play the Uno reverse here real quick. Is I think a lot of the men that these women are talking about aren't real men.
What do you mean?
Like they're so attracted to, like, I hate to use this, but fuck boys. Like the men who are like, I'm macho and I'm this and I'm that, and I'm real boisterous about my manhood.
I get what you're saying,
but I'm not a man.
That's why I say women are attracted to everything they don't want.
Yeah, but
then they complain about it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like they are describing what the men they like want, because those men want women who have jobs and careers and want to take care of them.
But I'm saying like it's to a point where a man. Oh, I have another clip.
No, I know what you're saying, but what I'm just trying to say is like they're describing men who want a woman to take care of them like a mom.
Yeah,
they're not men.
Yeah,
they're boys.
But when a woman talks about like, all right, what you got let's say term high value man. You got a high value man. What do you think the high value man is looking for in a woman? And when you ask a woman that, she'll list everything that she wants in a man.
Yeah, because
but that man is not looking for those qualities.
But that's what I'm trying to
in
say. Their high value men are not the high value men that men are like men are. They're talking about the guys that look good, smell good, dress good, say really good things, but don't.
But I'm saying like,
but that's their high value men. That
but even girls will say, I want a man that has a good job, 6 figures, so and so and this and that. Like, we're not looking for that. We're not looking for a woman that makes 6 figures. We don't care about that stuff. We really don't. What we cared about is, are you nurturing? Are you cooperating?
But that's not.
Are you loyal?
That's not what the men that they value are looking for. That's what I'm trying to say. The men that the women you're talking about.
I get what you're saying. So you think that the men
they're describing the women that those men who want women to take care of them are looking for.
I'm not.
No, because you're a
Take care of
man.
me.
Yeah.
No, but you're a man.
Yeah.
You guys are men.
Yeah,
Everybody in this room is a man.
Yeah.
We're talking about the men of today.
Yeah.
They are not men. They're little boys who, well, I want you to have a really good paying job because they want to just couch surf at
Yeah.
your house. They want to
crazy.
move in.
It's
And they
that CNA drug dealer type.
Yeah. But no, but think about it. Think about it. Look at all the pretty women in this city. Look at all the real
Yeah.
beautiful women in the city who they've gone to school.
And
They
and
got their RNs and
Yeah.
they're doing
Yeah.
good. And then their boyfriend's like a paralegal at a middle school. I'm not being mean. Like, I'm not saying you can't
maybe not even
graduate
paralegal. Maybe just
it's like
I don't know.
making, but you get what I'm saying? Like,
It's true.
you're making $90,000 a year, and for like you're not like looking for somebody who can compliment you. Now, if that guy's a paralegal, but let's say he's highly intelligent, he has ambition, he
Mhm.
has goals,
Mhm.
this is just a job. And again, this isn't about money. I'm just saying, like, if you're somebody who's so ambitious, right? You went to school, you did all this, you're making 90,000 a start, right?
Mhm.
And you want to travel the world, and then you're talking to somebody who never wants to leave New Bedford. How does that align with your goals? Like, you need to, like, there needs to be, if you're spiritual, you need to find somebody who's also spiritual, right? If you're a high value person, you should be looking at other and high value doesn't have to be money. It could be the morals you in the way you carry yourself,
Morals.
your character.
But no, it is, Jasmine, too. Like I want to say is like those type of men, and where the women don't want, like what you define as real men, when they're out there being ambitious and they're working hard, that means that they don't have much time for you. And
Yeah.
women want the attention and they want
Yeah.
their time. So that's why these men
They go for bums.
they go for bums, because now they have time to give you that perception
Yeah,
and try to do all the things. And y'all
So,
That's a
But
good point.
all-
That's a good point.
but
It's-
also
it happens
high
all the
value,
time, yo.
high
They're
value men-
available whenever they want.
yeah,
But
exactly.
high value
Yeah,
men
yeah.
also. So here's the thing: like high value men, people who have their shit together. And again, it's not just about how much they make. They got good morals, good character, good values, right? High value men, they don't necessarily like. I think a misconception is because I know a couple of these guys, like real, like we're talking like kind of have like everything going for them. They do have the time. But the women that think that they're high value women, they think they're high value women
Because their biggest asset is their looks.
yes, or they make a lot of money, so they think that the money or their looks are
We don't
gonna
care
no,
about
but
that.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Women think that they're high value because maybe they make a lot of money or they're really good looking, and what a high value man sees is a liability and a problem. He rather go for maybe the CNA
Mhm.
who's got great character, great morals, has a good family.
Yes. Right.
Has,
Where is she?
Don't get, but don't get it wrong. If we'll still hit it.
oh yeah, they'll
We'll still hit it.
yeah, you'll
And
date
so we'll still tell you what you want to hear
so that
to
yeah,
get what we want.
yeah.
But don't misconstrue. That's why I said
They have no intention of marrying
po-
you. You're just another
I
pass
posted
of
this
the
thing,
time.
a picture where it was a picture of me, because whatever. But I want to get people's attention, where it's like, don't let all that attention blind you from what is genuine.
Yeah.
When you get all this attention, you think y'all this on this level. It's everybody just want to fuck you. Now, because
Yeah.
and it could be that one genuine person that really, but y'all so blinded from all that
Yeah.
attention that
They pass over on
they
that.
pass over
on that
and
genuine
it's
person.
your fault.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
And so, and trust me, this guy's watching. The guys are watching in the background, watching who you choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know what that guy's about. We know what that guy's about. So to get that, I gotta act like that. So y'all devaluing yourself by how what guy y'all choosing.
Yeah.
So you know something? I still want to hit it. So I'm gonna adjust to this guy that I see all y'all choosing. Don't get mad at us, because women, I always say this, you set the standard in society. You set the standard. So when you're choosing this guy, don't knock it off as having fun. You don't gotta like that. He goes, don't have fun, because those choices that you make in this present time may affect your future.
Yeah.
Listen, I've seen that, to your point. Like, I've seen women would date someone or whatever, and I had interest before.
Mhm.
Okay, then she's coming around and like showing me interest, and I'm like,
Nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Like, if that's the quality that you
went
date,
over there
I'm all set.
because
Yeah.
you was having fun.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
It was
like,
cool.
yeah.
Nah, I'm
the,
good.
the women that, to me, just my humble opinion, the women that, like what you said, when their looks is their only asset,
50 Cent said it. If her looks is her biggest asset, she ain't the one to wife up.
Yeah. Because I want like inside, like you know,
Yeah.
it looks helps. Listen, looks get you through the front door. Looks get you through the front door.
Everybody's
hit it.
attracted to what
There's
they're
some- right,
attracted
yeah,
to.
right.
Like you're
And-
not
and
gonna
we'll
go
go-
talk to. I hate when people are like, looks don't matter. Oh,
Yes,
shut
they- yeah,
Shut
do.
up. You know they do.
Yeah, they do.
So I will say this. I have like the guys that have met my family, very few, but they don't look anything alike.
Mhm.
My daughter's father, completely hairless, eyelashes, eyebrows. And a lot of guys in college are like, what the?
Mhm.
How? Why?
Yeah.
Like they couldn't understand it.
Mhm.
And it's like, sometimes it is somebody's personality
Right.
that
It
just,
could
that
be,
just steals
but-
the
but
show.
You probably did you?
But he
meet-
was still, he gets women.
How did you meet?
In
How did you
college.
meet? But
We were like best friends.
But it wasn't like you met him because you was attracted to him. You met him probably like you were probably doing the same thing.
Chit chat.
No, I like
No?
you guys. You know, I'm outgoing. I just talk to people.
So,
Everybody
and then-
talks to me.
That's what I'm saying. Like so, you're through conversation. He became,
Yeah, I was at.
It wasn't
the
like you saw him in a room and said,
Yeah.
"I want to meet him."
Oh
I
yeah,
want him to approach me."
no.
It was,
no.
and that's what it means. Is like a lot of women, you're blinded from the perception, right?
Yeah.
And
He was
maybe
still
the
a clown,
status,
though.
the
No,
status.
but he was a clown though. Like either way, it didn't
but
work in my favor.
but the conversations,
he was funny.
But
yeah.
hey,
And I was 18. Let's be honest. I was 18. He was funny.
Yeah.
We were like best friends. I used to help him get girls.
Yeah.
I literally was like a wingman to this dude.
So he came in the back door.
He was like, he wore me-
He's like,
he literally wore me down. He's like, come on. I don't know why you don't take me serious. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
gave
challenge.
shot.
It was a challenge for
He
him.
got it in,
Yeah.
man. He impregnated you.
Yeah.
well, we were together for almost 5 years.
Hey, so
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say
Screw you.
so
I was
you know,
stupid.
just to your point, like if I meet someone like I've gone on a dating site before, if I want to meet them,
Yeah.
because I feel like
That's a difficult
your
question.
personality adds to the attraction process. Like I might be attracted to you, but it's your personality I feel could
Yeah.
Here's my biggest thing. I promise you, if you start to ask a woman, if you ask before she gets a chance to ask, you're gonna find out real quick whether or not she's serious or not.
yeah.
Difficult questions. What do you
But
dating for?
sometimes they shy away from that.
Yeah, but that's get rid of them.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. If we at
Yeah, you want to be
plus-
my dating coach?
yes. No, seriously. So 30 plus, if you can't have, I don't care if it's the first date. We're adults. What else are we talking about at this point? Where if we're not dating
Yeah.
for purpose,
Yeah.
if we're not out here talking for purpose, what are we doing with each
Should be
other? I have
intention.
friends.
Yeah, it's intention.
I have friends.
I'm
I
not
don't
saying
need
like, all
another
right,
friend.
now we're dating, we're gonna get in a relationship,
No.
but there gotta be an intention.
On the first
Do
date,
you like me?
why are you like what are you out here
Why are you
dating
sitting
for?
here?
Yeah,
Why are
what
you
are you
sitting
what are you
here?
here for? I will ask that. Like, what are we on this date for? Are you
I
just
wanna hit
dating
it.
for fun?
Yeah.
No,
But you can't say that.
no, but you can. Listen,
No, then I won't be able to hit it.
yeah, like,
Hey, we're gonna save time for Jasmine's
yeah.
segment.
But no, I'm joking. But you know what I'm saying? Like every guy's first date, the first date that day, there's intention. I want to hit it. Now, it's not the full intention. Come on, Derek. You know you're going to say
I saw her.
if I can
movie.
get
It
some,
wasn't her
if I can
movie.
get some, I'm not gonna say no. You know what I'm saying? I want to
Look
get
at
to
him.
know
He's
you.
I want to mind my own business right
Now you gotta be truthful. They want the truth. They're saying truth, right?
now. I hate.
You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, listen.
but if it's,
We're all animals. We're all animals.
yes,
Okay?
yes. It's like, yo, like, isn't that the goal right now? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
oh,
you're
yeah.
attractive.
Listen. I think
But I respect
men and
you.
women are very similar in that aspect.
Oh,
we're not
yeah.
sitting down with a man that we're like I would not want to touch him.
Yeah,
You know,
it's there.
but
We're human.
if we're older, the first date, I'm sorry, start asking difficult questions because I'm dating with purpose. I'm out here. Like, I'm not trying to sit here with you and then like, no. What are you here for? Are you just trying to have fun? Because if you are, I know a lot of girls that are also just trying to have fun. I can match you up with them. Let me go on to the next person, please. I don't care how much you find me attractive. If you're not dating with purpose, I'm gonna figure that out sooner or later, and you gotta go.
Is that before appetizers or after?
I think the minute we sit down,
Minute
like,
we
what do we? Hey,
and more drinks they have, the more honest they're gonna be.
Hey, what
I'll
what
feed them
what are
drinks.
we what are we eating? Right? Let's figure out what we're eating. And as we're waiting
Yeah.
for stuff, this is the perfect time.
Yeah.
You ain't got no food in your mouth. You can answer
Yeah.
Yeah.
and be. And you know what? You're gonna see if they shy away. That's not the person.
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this. Okay.
You just
I'm
you
gonna
just
Like, don't go in too deep. Like, don't go Like, do you want to get married? Like, get married? Because would you ever want to get married?
Yeah.
Or, like,
Yeah, that's a fair
you know what I'm
question.
saying?
That's a fair
Like,
question.
But like start off with like, hey, like, you know, obviously we're here together. We find each other attractive. Like, I'm just wondering, are you dating with purpose? Like,
Yeah.
or is this more of like you just like to go
Yeah.
out and have a good time? I'm cool with either one. But what are your intentions?
Yeah.
There you go.
What are your
Keyword
intentions?
intentions.
Yeah. What's your intention?
Because
Yeah.
the minute she starts fumbling her words, you know she's there for a free meal.
And
Yeah,
she got
exactly.
she got one
Yeah.
tomorrow night already set up.
Exactly.
You know.
Oh,
That blind you from what is genuine.
gotta ask those questions, D.
You want me
I want you to call me afterward. Let me know how it went, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna be calling Jasmine. She's gonna be my coach now.
I'm on vacation, so I'm available.
You hear that?
You
smooth
need to
voice?
talk. You need to talk, brother. I'm here. Don't talk. Just
We have
listen.
time for one more segment, Jasmine.
We're gonna go down the
Great
rabbit
one.
hole.
Oh, yeah, we gotta talk about this,
The
'cause this is-
rabbit hole.
We haven't
Here
done
we
this
go.
in a while.
Are we ready?
Going down this hole right now. No pun intended. No Diddy.
It's hard here. This conversation's making it even worse.
Yeah.
So we haven't done a rabbit hole
Oh,
segment
man.
in a while.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if y'all saw, but Fall River and New Bedford were
Hot.
set ablaze
Hot up in these.
last weekend. Last weekend, there is a transgender woman, a young transgender woman, Jaylee Aria. I'm gonna say her name because it was all over.
Yeah,
It's even on Fall River, got like
Yeah.
their version of New Bedford Guide.
Yeah, yeah.
They covered it, okay?
It was-
So this young woman, she decided to start outing a lot of men who are gangbangers and like known street men who claim they're straight but have had relations with her.
Did they know that she was?
Oh, it's in her profile.
It's in her profile.
Oh.
She's never hid it.
No.
Okay.
She has never hid it. And they have had relations. There's no hiding it. She has a male appendage still.
But okay, go ahead. Finish your story.
So she went on a rampage. Apparently, the whole reason behind this is she got very upset because a lot of these guys played her. Like, she thought that they were getting to know each other and gonna be something. And I think a lot of it too is like she's young. She knew kind of maybe what was going on, but was getting the attention. And
They
these
were
guys
telling
are
her,
cute.
they were
and
telling
they're
her what they
hot.
want. She want to hear.
Yeah.
Get what they want.
And I think she knew that though, because like, you know, I mean, let's not pretend.
These young girls are dumb.
No, but she's not okay. But she's also a male still.
Yeah, she should know better. Cause
Yeah,
she's
she's a man. So like, listen. And people
One
were
of the
saying
sides should have said something to the other side.
like, I think that I'm gonna be respectful. I think that she knew what was going on, but I think that after a while, no matter if you know if something's going on or not, after a while you start to feel a little devalued and
Yeah.
inhumane. Yeah, inhuman.
I get it.
So listen, receipts were had.
Did she out people
Oh, videos
on social media?
videos, their private hey, so this is how good she is. So you know on Snapchat, right?
No, I don't know.
If you
Snapchat.
take a screenshot,
Yeah.
it alerts the other person.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
really?
had another phone taking pictures of the conversation.
Yeah.
She was thinking of him.
Wow.
She was masterminding this. Like, you keep
She's like,
messing
keep
with
me. I got receipt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know what though? It's true. A lot of these men run around, they have girlfriends, they do all these things, and then they go and they find these women, transgender women, have these relations, and then go back and then dog on these people. So it's like, no, Playboy, you want to do the deed, you want to do these things with me, then just be real with who you are. Don't sit here and dog me and say I'm a liar or this and that, or make fun of me because you wasn't making fun of me when we was in bed together.
So this is in Fall River.
So it's a Fall River individual, but she knows people from New Bedford and Fall River. Now, here's the kicker. I think there was only like 2 or 3 people from New Bedford that were outed, and they were younger. She said that she's not going to tell any more from New Bedford because New Bedford men have the sauce.
Yeah. I saw that on someone. A friend of mine had two.
She said that. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she said, because somebody was like, give us the whole list of the new, because she said this wasn't even 1/3 of the people.
That is wild to me.
So clearly, listen.
Those are a lot of people that I saw.
Literally, she's very promiscuous. We can tell from that, right? Because like that, if that's not 1/3 of the people,
That's a lot.
sweetheart, that's a lot of people that done run up and around you. And I really hope that somebody gets into this person's life and
Yeah,
helps them, because there's going to be STDs. There's going to be something bad that happens. And, you know, everybody was young. Everybody had a wild side. But like, if that's not even 1/3, not even 1/3, not that it is 1/3, not even 1/3, then we have a problem. But the crazy thing is that in her profile, it says she's transgender. She does not hide it at all.
No, she don't.
She's very open about it. And these men are messaging her
I don't understand that.
because they're not straight. They're not.
Oh, they're very kinky.
No,
Yeah.
that's not straight.
They're gonna be
they're bi. They're at
bisexual,
least-
right?
they're
If they're
bare
married,
minimum-
Wait,
they're married.
This is a good
they're not
question.
married.
Wait, time
They're
out.
good dudes.
This is a good question.
They just
though.
run
Listen,
around.
listen. This is let's really get deep into this. Because I always ask this question. I always wonder about this question. So you have a transgender. Now she's I see a picture of her. She's not bad looking. She's not. What you think is a transgender is?
Yeah.
She looks like a girl.
I'll bring it up.
You'll never think that she's a
If
boy.
it wasn't in her thing, you would
So-
have a
yeah.
hard time.
So is it gay?
Yeah.
Because y'all
But if
like,
it is if it says the word transgender.
but you're but you're attracted to the female visual.
No, because
You're not
they-
attracted
no,
to the male visual.
No, because they're going to her because she still has her male appendage. Like they're actively involving themselves in gay.
That's the
sex.
borderline kinky.
No,
it's
that's not
borderline
kinky.
kinky.
That's-
Whereas like
That's
I mean I wouldn't do it.
she's back.
Come on.
She was off Facebook for a little while.
Yeah, she could cut it off.
Wait.
But don't put yourself in the middle of this.
That's her.
I mean, she looks like a woman. She looks like a woman. Yeah, she looks like
pretty.
a woman. Yeah.
So it's like if
You
y'all
know,
going
yourself.
if y'all going with a girl, she looks like a girl. She looks like all the girls that you make.
Yeah, she looks
that's a girl.
like a girl.
You know what I'm saying? So is that gay or is that kinky?
It's gay.
I mean,
If they have a male appendage, even if they
Yeah, I
cut
don't
it
know.
off, they're a male.
call it whatever you want. I'm thinking
It's gay.
if I know there's
And
a
that's okay.
male, if I know there's a male body part, I'm fucking standing.
Even
clear
if
of
there's
that.
not,
Me
even
too. Me too.
even if they got it taken away, that's still
Yes,
male.
yes, I'm all
that
set.
was born a
I am
male.
all set.
You don't become like.
I
Okay.
think it's borderline kinky, gay, kinky.
no, it's just gay.
I don't
It's
know.
just gay.
I think it is.
And that's okay. Like if you're gay, listen, you're an adult. You do whatever the
But
heck
if I'm a
you
male,
want.
and like I'm attracted to another male who looks like me, that's gay. But if that person looks like
No, you're
girls that I
gay.
like,
That's still gay.
that I'm attracted to, but they're regular girls, but
No,
you look
but-
just like
but
them.
no, but
I'm not
that's-
attracted to a
that's-
dude.
no, listen,
like
that's a justification that these men are saying, right? They're like, well, she looks like a girl. Okay, but you know it's a man, and you're still
Yes, you can find
so
someone
you're
attractive.
kinky, you're dirty, you're kinky.
No, you're not dirty.
hey,
You're
Berto.
you're gay.
You finding someone attractive, okay, fine. But once you find out, to your point, that there's a male body part,
True.
yo, that shit just
That's
kinky.
That's
Changes. That
It changes your
It-
whole perception.
it's that no.
Changes your whole perception.
I'm not saying it's not gay, but you're on that border because you're not.
Ain't nothing kinky about that.
Like-
All right, listen,
like-
kinky is.
Nah, listen.
I like handcuffs and I like to be.
yes,
choked.
thank you.
That's kinky.
No, but we don't
Yes.
live in no. We live in a more sexual
I'm
society.
just saying that's what a kink is.
No, see, I
We
mean,
live more in a sexual society now.
A kink is like I like to wear latex.
yeah.
I like
Oh,
latex
that's a
suits.
fetish. Get it right.
Either way, no, but that's so kinky.
That's a fetish. That's
But
not
that's so
kinky. That's
kinky.
fetish.
Hey, this
Okay.
is in Berto's wheelhouse here, okay?
No, but I'm just saying.
I'm
I'm
a
just
nasty
saying, like,
motherfucker.
like that. It's
but
like
I don't like. I'm not.
that's
gay.
like me. Okay, there's a stud, right? There's a stud in front of me, right? She binds her chest, right?
Yeah.
I'm a man lover. I love
Yeah.
men. I'm part of the man loving association. Okay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I see a stud, and I'm like, "Oh, it's a cute dude." And then I find out it's a woman. I'm telling you right now, it went from a cute dude
Oh yeah.
to
yeah.
because I'm just not. I have gay cousins,
Okay.
and they know. I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh, instant turn off. Like there's nothing attractive about, and even
But-
then,
but
I can
what if-
usually tell.
But
that
what
it's
did you
a woman.
say?
No,
Fuck it.
no,
It's kinky.
no. It's not about kinky. There's nothing about me that
Yeah,
wants
there's not-
another woman's body part next to
Thank
me.
you. I feel the same
Ugh.
way with a guy. I'm all set.
Ugh.
Yo, Bellas, I'm trying to save you, but
No. And listen, and that's
I'm
the
trying to
thing.
understand, like
put it
the
this way.
mindset.
I've told my cousin. My cousin has a fiance. I love them too dearly. I don't care if they're gay, purple, whatever.
No big deal.
Okay. But me as a woman, they know. I'm like, other women, I'm like, I will vomit. Like, you just don't touch, don't come next to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then furthermore, I'd be in a DV relationship. We have the same sex. Ain't no way you're talking to me crazy. I am two-piecing you up the minute you come out your mouth. That's crazy. We are both women. You are not a man. We are both women. I'm hitting you so hard you talk to me crazy.
Because you're not kinky.
No, it has nothing to do with kink. You gotta be a lesbian to like women.
There's gotta be a little kinky in there.
No, no, it's not a kink because they don't like men. Lesbians like women. Gay men like men, regardless of how they look. They are what they are, right? And we can be respectful. I'll call her she. If that makes her happy and that's what she wants to be, cool.
I get it.
You, boo. I don't care. But as another man, if you like only women, there is no amount of kink that's making another man
So you think these
attractive to you.
So do you really believe? Now let's get deep into this.
We got 4 minutes left on the show. We can't go that deep now, brother.
Come on, get it out.
No pun intended.
So you believe that these same men that went with this pretty girl, pretty transgender, right? Because she don't look like a dude. If it was a dude, if she looked more manly, they will still go with this person.
Yes, because they like men. They like the male appendage.
I don't think so.
Listen,
I think
It's just not acceptable.
she looks so feminine.
No, listen.
I don't think so.
This is how undercover men get around this. This is the advantage they use. Oh, I didn't know it was a guy until it was too late. And at that point we'd already done stuff. Like that's what they do. No, but it's a get around. Like, because here's the thing. If you are okay with a male appendage being next to you just because the face looks feminine, then your homeboy, the pretty Cape Verdean dude with the curly hair when it's down and long and he looked like his mama.
Still look like a
No, I know too many pretty boys out here growing up. Oh my God, they look like their mamas. They were pretty. Their eyes are green. They got the freckles across the nose.
Yeah, but
when their hair was out, they look like Tom.
They don't look like her though.
Some of these dudes, if I put on a little lip liner on them, they'd be beautiful women.
Well, she's wearing lip liner.
But either way, if you truly do not like men to any capacity, the minute you listen, I'm not going to fault somebody for being fooled. If you see a picture and you're like, oh, that's a pretty girl, and then you click on it and you're like transgender and you're still attracted, you are okay with a male appendage.
Yes.
You are okay.
You have a problem
because you're
bisexual, right?
Because you're kinky.
No, because you're bisexual.
You're bisexual.
You don't care where it comes from as long as you're attracted to it.
You're bisexual.
And that's okay. Be you. But why are you out here?
Hey.
Listen,
Can both things be true?
No.
No, I'm sorry. but here's the thing. This is my last point. The problem is that these men are not living their truth. They're not being honest. They're out here lying to women, which is putting us at risk, right? Because if I think that you're only attracted to women, right, and you're only having protected sex with me, but really you're out here having unprotected sex with a biological male, right? You're now, like, I don't know if anybody knows this, but please ask your doctors. The pubic bone area is where a lot of STDs actually live. Mm-hmm. Not on the actual, it's the skin around the area. So therefore, it doesn't matter if you wear 90% of the population has HPV. 90% of the world's population, and HPV can cure itself and it goes away. Some of it is long-term and you can still spread it, but there's no real bad side effects. Nobody ever knows they even have it. Human papillomavirus. Well, the reason why I know this is because I had to get the shot when I was a kid. My mom made me get it. So I started thinking it was this horrible. I'm like, why am I getting a shot for it? Because I hate shots. So I'm on the internet looking things up. And then the other HPV strands, because there's hundreds of them, cause cancer. And guess what? Guess what usually doesn't cause cancer too? Men. You know who can't be tested for it? Men. There's no way to test you. So by the time a woman finds out they have it, it's a little too late. Yeah. You might have already.
This is why women got to be more accountable to your choices.
No, but men too.
True.
Because think about it. These guys are sleeping with a male. having sexual relationships with another man. Neither one of you can get
But
tested
no, it is.
for this
We
disease.
live in such a crazy sexual society, and this is what it's coming down to. If you look over social media, is very sexual.
But just be
society,
honest though. But
sex,
here's the thing.
It's crazy.
Here's the thing. I don't give a damn how sexual you are. I don't care. That I don't care about. That's your business. I do not care. But if you are going to sleep with the same sex and the opposite sex, you need to be honest with people, because also some
Yeah.
people's religions, some people's just ethical, like their own morals and background, they
And
don't
health,
want to
safety.
engage.
Just be
with
responsible.
somebody.
Yeah,
You're right.
right.
You're
Just
right.
be honest. Like if
Yeah.
you want to go sleep with a transgender and you want to be with somebody like that, then go do that. But be honest with the people you're also sleeping with on the other side.
But you don't want to, because stuff like this on the internet.
No, but this is why she did it. Put it this way: if these
I get
dudes
you.
were honest and they were out there like, yeah, I talked to Jay.
The story
Jay-
is not
Jay.
the guy that could be gay or kinky, whatever we want to call it. The story is she blew these people on blast
Because they were
On blast.
lying. They were lying, talking crap about her.
Oh, I see. I don't know.
They
what-
were
I don't
lying
know-
on
I don't
her,
know.
saying
Oh,
she was
okay. I didn't know
making
what
things
triggered
up,
it. Yeah.
that she's not being serious, that she ain't got no receipts. That's why, like, they were and at some point it's like, yeah, I wouldn't put people on blast like that
Yeah.
because one, my life's in danger now, and two, also that could put them in danger. Like a lot of these guys are street guys.
Yeah.
Their homeboys might be like, oh no, so you've been plotting on, like,
Yeah,
you just never
I'd be
know.
scared for her now.
I know, and a lot of people are.
Yeah.
A lot of people are scared for her because I don't think she even
did-
understands the
she-
gravitation
yeah.
of what she's done.
And that's what I'm saying.
wait,
It's
it
like
gets
there's
better.
Consequences to all
She
your
had
actions.
somebody else who's also a transgender who's been locked up, also came forward about all the dudes in jail. New Bedford, Fall River, Plymouth County, all of them. So another transgender woman came
It's gonna
out.
go out deeper than what it really is right now.
So let me ask you this to end it like this. So this is the jail thing. It goes, if y'all give her, are you gay because you don't take
Yes.
it?
Yes, because you're still getting
Yeah.
up for another.
You're like way hooked on this, bro.
All right, we
It's like,
Look,
how can
but
I-
these are conversations that come up. He's
Hey,
like,
that ain't kinky neither.
huh?
That ain't
Oh, that's
kinky
gay.
neither.
No.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
gay.
yeah.
But it's like they'll say it's like I ain't gay because I give it. I didn't take it.
yeah.
Yeah, but
They're
no.
lonely.
So put it this way: the only ones I could actually
It's
excuse in the jail one, and also this is how I'll end it. The ones doing life bids. I mean, I guess it gets rough in there, and you got to do what you got to do.
Hmm.
I can't excuse anybody else. If you know you're getting out anytime soon, and
I can't
Don't-
excuse it at all. I mean,
All right.
listen, I'm just saying the only ones I can even fathom being like, listen, I can't imagine being in jail and knowing I'm never seeing the light of day and never having a woman.
Yeah.
I can understand where your mind might be like, fuck it.
Yeah.
But for everybody else, you getting out.
Yeah.
Don't go doing things that you can't undo.
all right.
All right, Verto. Let's get into the final thoughts.
Is this the end? I gotta know. I gotta know. I gotta know. Is this the end?
Listen, this was a fun show.
And I just want to say final thoughts.
Oh, she
We
got
love
one.
everybody. We love
Listen,
everybody.
I
Like,
bet-
no, seriously.
I bet when she posted that, she didn't think she was gonna make Frequency Live over here now.
No,
Yeah.
she knew what she was doing. That thing went viral.
It did. Like I saw a friend of mine that commented. I was like, "What they talking about?" And I just
That's what I said. That's what I did.
I started reading comments. Like, this is entertaining.
This is crazy.
I was trying to
But
put
no,
two
I
and two
just-
together. I was trying to see if I know these
Wait,
dudes and
I
shit.
just want to put a disclaimer out there. Nobody
That's
on this
fucked
show gives a damn what anybody does.
I don't. We don't care.
Personal
I don't
bodies.
care. Yeah, none of my business.
Listen, I worry about me, but if we're just talking to talk and have dialogue, we gonna talk.
Yeah. It's out there. Everybody was talking about it in the comments.
Yeah,
man. People were
so-
going and people were reposting and it's like, yo, she's the MVP. I'm like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was getting to Rhode Island. It was getting all over the place, man. I'm like, damn, man. But this show was a fun show.
Yeah, good show tonight.
We started it and finished it.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
A lot of good topics.
So what's your final thoughts, Jasmine? Let's go with you.
Oh, I can't wait to get home and go to bed. I'm going to bed.
Double D.
A good show. Good show
Yeah.
tonight. Looking forward to next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a guest for us next week. There's a couple of guests I have in mind. I've been meaning to reach out to that would be willing to do the show next week. But if not, we have our crew here every Sunday, the Frequency Live. Tune in to us.
Spit it out, dude. Spit it out.
Tune in next Sunday to Frequency
I'm still on
Live,
the
7
kinky
to
gay shit.
9. Don't listen to this man. He wants to be a late night talk show.
No,
Let's talk about raunchy stuff.
y'all do it too.
We know you will.
That's after
We're
dark
over and
stuff.
out. We love y'all. Download the WMB1 Radio app. Make sure you can listen.
There you go, girl.
See you next week.
See you next week. Have a
Peace.
good night. Frequency Live Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.